And by sin, I mean cigarettes and gaming and alcohol even, God forbid, okay?
Representative Ed Delaney of Indianapolis at a conference committee hearing where not only that, but K through 12 money was discussed. Some people who testified were critical of vouchers for private schools while they believe public school money will be cut. An NDOT truck ended up on its top when it was hit this morning in St. Joseph County. That happened in an area between State Roads 2 and 22 on US 2031 bypass. The crew that rides in that truck was outside of it sweeping the shoulder and were not hurt when a driver slammed into the rear of the truck. The driver had to go to the hospital. 2 more people with the measles in Indiana, both in Allen County. The total number of Hoosiers with measles now at 8. Both of the people are adults, one who is unvaccinated and the other whose vaccination status was in question, according to the health department. If artificial intelligence scares you, there are some things educators want you to know about it. John Herrick reports.
You can't just ask Magic School AI to write you a 5-page paper.
Darlene Kennedy is the Director of Technology Integration at the Northern Indiana Educational Services Center. She says they use Magic School AI to help teachers create lesson plans, give writing feedback, and make everyday tasks easier. As for how it helps students,
Well, I think it's putting their education in their hands a little bit, rather than waiting a week for feedback on maybe a paper that they wrote or solving math problems.
she says with this feature, the feedback is immediate, which leads to immediate improvement.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Meet Alan, who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
for most people, CPAP machines are miserable. But a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did it. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at AdventKnows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, eastbound 465, slow Keystone Avenue past Allisonville Road. Inbound 65, slow 29 to Meridian Penn. And westbound 70 starts to drag as you approach the north split, then down to Washington Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Mostly sunny skies throughout the afternoon. Light winds. It's going to be warmer with highs today near 74. Clear and comfortably cool down to 52 tonight. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! So you had this former Brownsburg elementary school teacher, right? You remember this in 2023, a very ugly incident at Brownsburg Elementary in which she told a student with special needs to eat his own vomit. This girl's name's Sarah Seymour of Avon. Guess what, Hammer? No prison time. This happened again in 2023. There were several people involved, several terminations. There's one other person that's getting ready to go to trial. I'm sure those charges will be pled down. But the main culprit here, this mugshot that you see, her name is Sarah Seymour of Avon, pled guilty to neglect of a dependent. And as part of that plea, prosecutors are dropping the charge of failure to make a report. So basically, long story short, she was involved in this incident in which a student was either forced or told to eat his own vomit, and she didn't get any prison time.
Special needs student.
Special needs, yes.
Not just any student.
Any student.
And looking through the court documents here, so Sarah was sentenced to 365 days in jail, a full year. With the bulk of that sentence suspended to probation, she was given credit for time served. So it's basically she's good to go.
2 days. Time served, I think it looks like here. 2 days. 365 days in jail, with the bulk of the sentence, 363 days suspended to probation.
And this was all captured on video, by the way, too. This wasn't some allegation where to this very day she's denying it. Never did it. Wasn't me. This was caught on video. February 16th, 2023. She was a life skills teacher at Brown Elementary School in Brownsburg. And there was a special needs student who was told to eat his own vomit. It happened in the lunchroom. It was captured on the security video. She pled guilty to 1 count of neglect of a dependent as a misdemeanor charge. And as you said, in exchange for her plea deal, the court dismissed an additional charge of a failure to make a report.
In October of 24, someone named Julie Taylor of North Salem pled guilty to failure to make a report. A Hendricks County judge sentenced her to 90 days of probation, avoiding jail time. Another person named Deborah Knipe of Brownsburg has a pre-trial conference scheduled for May and a jury trial that begins at the end of June.
So keep in mind that the Brownsburg School Corp, I believe they fired their superintendent.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on there. So they almost, in my opinion here, they made the superintendent the scapegoat for everything that happened here. And maybe he knew, maybe he didn't. I don't know. But what I do know is that it sounds like that superintendent is about to sue Brownsburg School Corp.
Yeah.
And unless a settlement is reached, and I don't know if that's going to happen, there's a lot of bad blood, he said, she said here, that discovery part of this lawsuit where they have to lay everything out there, that is where we're going to get a lot more information about this.
I'm also, speaking of lawsuits, the last I heard about the family of this special needs student filing a lawsuit against Brownsburg was in May of 23. I have not heard if there's been a settlement.
I've heard from a source that a substantial settlement was reached.
Okay, good.
Now, can't confirm that, can't deny that, but somebody that I trust very much has told me that financial payments have been made to the family. But if this little back and forth between the previous superintendent and the school gets going in court, and if we get full-on legal stuff where you have to have a discovery part, boy, buckle up, because this superintendent who feels like he's been, unfairly pointed out as the sacrificial lamb for this story, it sounds like he might have other names. And who knew what? When did they know? Did they try to cover it up? The discovery aspect of this is going to be fascinating to watch.
And it's all just disgusting, physically, mentally. I mean, these people are supposed to be advocates for your special needs kids. I know I've a couple different friends with kids with autism, and one of the kids is nonverbal. And I can't. I think that I'm thinking this specific special needs student was nonverbal as well. I think. I'm speculating there. I'm trying to go back and find, but I mean, you guys are supposed to be advocates for our kids, and instead this happens, and it's heartbreaking. It just really is. I hate starting a segment out this way, but I had been wondering what was going. It's the main this Seymour person. That's the mug shot you always see. I was kind of wondering what would happen, and what happened did happen. No prison time. But
2 days of jail time, time served.
I'm assuming she's never going to teach again or step foot inside a school in any way, shape, or form in a role as an educator.
Yeah, there's some other bells and whistles there, and she's not allowed to have any sort of communication with the family. She has to be at home from certain hours of the night until the morning. So it's more than a slap on the wrist, but if the family got money, then maybe they don't even care about what happened on the other end. I don't know. That's totally up to the family. Nigel, the Vatican has decided that the funeral for Pope Francis will take place this upcoming Saturday. April 26th, 10 a.m. local time in Rome.
That doesn't give us much time to book a ticket.
Nope. And this Thursday on the Degenerates Next Door sports betting app, I'm going to lay out all your favorite odds for the new pope. But if you're looking,
really odds for new pope?
Oh, the European markets are going crazy for this. European markets, you could bet on like the U.S. presidency futures already. You can bet for 2028 U.S. president, and you can bet on the Pope.
Do you happen to, I don't know what any of the other names for Pope would be, but do you happen to have off the top of your head any names in the European futures for president in 2028?
So it's J.D. Vance, that's the front runner.
Okay.
Followed by Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom.
Wow. Follow in that order?
So far. Now, that could change.
Kamala Harris. Whoa.
That could change. Ron DeSantis, I think, comes in behind the two Democrats, but...
Where was Bernie Sanders in there?
He's in the top 5. I think he was in the top 5. He was like right underneath. AOC's making a run up the charts.
Let's just hope he makes it.
Right?
Good Lord. Guy's old.
He is old. Tonight, man, downtown's going to be hopping. Not only is the weather awesome, sunshine's going to be like near 80, perfect weather to go outside. Pacers in playoffs. Those evil, no good, rotten Milwaukee Bucks in town for game 2. Those mouthy punks from Milwaukee, they're in town, and it sounds like the number 2 option on the Bucks team is going to play tonight. Hearing Dame Lillard is going to be active in that playoff game against the Pacers. But, man, I love it when the Pacers are doing well, Nige, because downtown's got a little juice to it. The bars, the restaurants, they got people inside, sitting outside. I missed, when they weren't very good for a number of years and we didn't have any playoff games here. It kind of stunk, right?
How am I supposed to watch this tonight? Is this like I'm assuming it's a 4 and a 5 seed featured on TNT, the main, whatever. No.
Oh, Nudge, you and your drugs. No, this is NBA TV tonight, which means
I don't even know if I have that.
Even if you did, you couldn't watch it in the Indianapolis market due to contractual hometown blackouts. NBA TV will not be shown in the Indianapolis market. Therefore, you need to have Bally's Sports.
Bally's.
But a lot of people don't have Bally's Sports. So those folks are scrambling. Those folks are trying to find like an illegal stream, like I do whenever there's a major boxing match or a UFC fight or something.
If there's ever an illegal stream to be found, Hammer can find it.
That's right. I'm your Huckleberry when it comes to illegal streams. But if you have Bally's Sports, you can watch that game tonight with like Chris Denary and Quinn Buckner on the call.
Okay.
But it's a national NBA TV game. That stinks. Put this thing on ESPN or TNT. Okay, Matt Bear, we got a beautiful, beautiful day in Indianapolis. How are the roads?
Westbound 70 approaching the north split crash, blocking the right lane. That has us loaded up back to Rural Street, Keystone Avenue. Eastbound 465 slow from Keystone over to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and for UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
I think I called it Bally's. They've since rebranded to FanDuel. I think FanDuel. But if you just look for it on your guide, if you have that channel, what the Pacers used to be on, you'll find it.
Please tell me it's on YouTube TV, because that's what I've had to switch to now. Anybody know if it's on YouTube TV? Anybody?
Feeling good about that, Nige.
Bueller.
I don't think it is.
That sucks. I have to take my kid to a bar?
Or find an illegal stream. I'm willing to bet Connor could probably find an illegal stream quicker than you could find a bar to watch this thing in. Coming up here in just a little bit, Jeff Boggs, Kenny Rogers, will join us in studio. We'll do some caller roulette a little bit later on in the show. Man, let's have a good time. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Weekday mornings at 7:15, the Tony Katz Popcorn Moment, brought to you by Boer Remodeling. Don't wait any longer for the kitchen you've been dreaming of. Request a consultation at BoerRemodeling.com.
Friend of my wife just texted her and said, man, we heard Nigel talking about his Galaxy concrete garage floor coating. We think it looks awesome. We want one too. How do we get a hold of him? It's really easy. Galaxy concrete coatings. It's not epoxy, by the way, just so you know. It's the epoxy is the old stuff the other guys used. It's polyurea. It's stronger, the new premium standard for coatings. So whether it's a garage or basement, they just got done doing my utility room in my basement, pool deck, any indoor, outdoor area concrete, check out GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com. GalaxyConcreteCoatings.com, or give them a call, 751-9070.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details. Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small, loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry, Terry.
Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
At Hendricks, your cancer care is in the details.
You have questions, and our dedicated clinicians and expert oncologists will answer them.
You have hills to climb,
and we are going to climb them.
You have dreams, and we're here to help you chase them.
You have cancer, and you have all the expertise,
the determination, and the kindness of the entire Hendricks team.
Backed by Mayo Clinic expertise.
It's not just cancer care.
It's Teresa Care. Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Reach your fitness goals in 2025 with a 20-minute once-a-week program at Exercise Inc. 5 locations, now in Fishers. Visit exerciseinc.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, your American Standard air dealer in Hendricks County.
I'm IndyCar driver Graham Ray Hall, and you're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show on 93 WIBC.
Shut up and drive. 2025 Tales from the Track.
Let's go.
Those tickets on sale now, but when I say tickets, I'm talking like just a few. When I say just a few, I'm not talking like 20, 30. Last I heard was 5 tickets left.
5 tickets left.
And we heard that at 10 a.m.
Right. Just 5 left. So if you've been waiting to the last minute, this is it. This is the last minute. And it might even be too late. I don't know. But go to the website, WIBC.com. Go to events, the events page, or just go to the Hammer and Nigel Show social media, our Facebook and Twitter. I think we've got it pinned at the top.
Did I say what it was? Did I say what the Tales of the Track is? Besides a big party that we throw with an IndyCar driver?
Well, that's a big part of it.
Yeah. And buffets and drinks with Jack Daniels. And this is all presented by Relay Indiana. They've been so good to us throughout the years. Thank you to everybody. And it's at the Ray Hall Performance Center in Zionsville.
Which is just incredibly cool. Like, it's an amazing place to have this event. Like, you're going to see $1 million cars all around you. You're going to get a sneak peek, a behind the scenes at the Ray Hall garage back there. And Graham, who's always been fun with us, he's going to walk around, take pictures, and hang out and do meet and greet. We'll have a Q&A, a little interview portion on the stage. What an awesome way to kick off race week here in Indy. It's Monday, May 19th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Ray Hall Performance Center up in Zionsville. And only 5 tickets were left as of 10 a.m. this morning.
Better get on it.
Better get on it. Don't wait. Do it right now. If you wanted to take your husband, if you wanted to take your buddies, your son, your dad, whoever, if you wait, you're going to miss out. Buy your tickets right now at WIBC.com. Now, during the commercial break, Nige, you were doing something we talked about earlier. You were trying to figure out if you get the FanDuel Sports Network, used to be called Bally's, now it's called FanDuel, to watch the Pacers game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but FanDuel's not playing it. I'm talking about the Pacer game. It's when I click on YouTube, this is on YouTube TV. All it says is add NBA League Pass to watch.
But NBA League Pass blacks out your hometown team.
So not only do I would have to pay for NBA League Pass to watch it, but it'd be blacked out anyway.
Correct.
Because I don't have the other maybe I'm looking at this wrong, but it's like Memphis and OKC are on TNT. The Minnesota and the Lakers are on TNT or on Max. There's a couple different options, but for the Pacers Bucks game, all I'm seeing on here on YouTube TV is add NBA League Pass to watch. Thank you so much.
Put Oklahoma and Memphis on NBA TV. This is a 4-5 matchup, and it's 2 teams that don't like each other. Like, I don't know how many real rivalries there are in the NBA. Like, Lakers and Celtics, okay, that's more historical. But in terms of teams that actually don't like each other, that talk trash during the games, that pick fights during the games, I don't know if there's anything better than the Pacers and Bucks right now. And they're sticking this on NBA TV with one of the league's premier stars, too, Giannis, playing on the Bucks.
I'm going to have to leave it to you, man. You're going to have to find a rogue signal. You're going to have to go into... You know what you're going to have to do is type in www.darkweb.com. Just type in darkweb.com. I guarantee you find it then, Hammer.
I'm going to make you pay me $20, and I'm just going to record my TV at home and send you the stream to it.
I'm going to have to watch your FaceTime stream secondhand.
Like, do you ever have a buddy go to a movie theater and get a bootleg copy of a movie?
Yeah.
That's how I saw Friday the first time. A buddy of mine went to the theater, recorded the movie Friday, and we watched it at my friend's house.
You have got to be joking.
Like, you hear people laughing in the back, and like somebody gets up at one point and goes to the can. Nige, I know how you love TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, let me bring it up on my phone right now. I can't. I can't ever put. I mean, I can't live without it. Yeah.
A TikTok mom is going viral because she's adding up all the gadgets her family has that have screens on them around the house, like TV, laptop. Maybe there's a desktop computer, phones. Think about this: how many screens do you have at home? Not talking about the screens in the windows, like your computer screen, TV screen. Here she is counting all of her family's screens.
my 2-year-old's iPad, my 5-year-old's iPad and his AAC, my 7-year-old's iPad, my 10-year-old's iPad and his iPhone, my iPad, my iPhone, and my Switch, and my watch, and my MacBook, my husband's iPad, my husband's iPhone, and his watch. Each of the 2 older boys have a PS5. My husband has an Xbox Series X and a PC. We have 9 TVs throughout the entire house.
9
and
TVs.
The only time we limit screen time is Monday through Thursday.
It's a lot of screens.
You think, how many TVs do you have in your house? Let's start there. I don't like. We got iPads laying around from 2010. You know what I mean? Like, I got some old screens laying around.
I have 6.
Yeah, I've got like let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've got 6 in my house.
Living room, bedroom, 2 in Jacob's bedroom because he has one by his back part, one by his front. We have one in the basement, and we have one that we can take outside and sit on the porch.
Nice. And I think that's from that's residual effects from me growing up and only having one little TV that was about as big as this computer monitor.
Right.
I just have to sit on my knees and watch the Dukes of Hazzard at night.
And if you didn't want to get up to turn the channel, it just stayed on that channel. My options are getting off my fat little ass or just watching Dallas for the next 3 hours with my grandma. It's Dallas.
Between my parents making me wear like the generic Trax shoes that look like Nikes and only having one TV, I've more than made up for it in my adulthood.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
We set out to be the very best of the best, and past couple years we've actually achieved that. For all of the state of Indiana, we've been awarded the Dealer of the Year award twice now. Unlike other brands, that only gets handed to one dealer every year, and we're very proud to have won that twice.
Put the best to work for you at FamilyHVAC.net. Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Burning to midnight oil. Some clouds now in Indy. The forecast, though, says sunny this afternoon. It's 66 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending.
I have a cot here if I had to sleep here with you. Not with you, but in the building. just in the building.
State Representative Greg Porter. Both state reps and senators working on the budget now in the last couple of days before the end of this year's legislative session. They want you to know that some services may have to be cut because of the predicted $2.5 billion budget shortfall for the next 2 years. Democrats are pushing hard for taxes on cigarettes and alcohol to make up for it. If you owe money on your student loans, you should know the Trump administration is about to come collecting. At least the Department of Education is.
The Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion. But fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment.
White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt. Collections have been paused since 2020 because of COVID, but she says that's over and wage garnishment is an option. It's an overhaul of the Department of State. Secretary of State Marco Rubio proposes a revamp he says will meet the challenges of a new era. More from Fox's Gernal Scott.
Secretary Rubio outlined in a written message on the State Department's website that he sees the agency as being at odds with the interests of the president and the country. He says getting rid of overlap in foreign offices is part of what will bring the State Department under control. Agency spokeswoman Tammy Bruce also says of this America First approach,
redundant offices will be removed, and non-statutory programs that are misaligned with America's core national interests will cease to exist.
Bruce called it a reorganization. Details also called for a 15% reduction in agency staff in the U.S. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer, owner of Comer & Cross Concrete Floors. If you're even thinking about a new garage floor, I promise you will love your new Comer & Cross garage floor more than any home improvement you do. Every single day for years to come. That's why so many builders use Comer & Cross. And Comer & Cross patios look way better than a new one at a fraction of the cost. Comer & Cross garage floors and patios are the gold standard. Guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And we make it so easy. We are all courteous uniform pros. We have the equipment and know-how to fix your concrete perfectly before applying your gleaming, new, proprietary Comer & Cross finish. We even take your stuff out for you. For your quick and easy, no sales pressure estimate, please call us right now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, we're approaching the north split on westbound 70. It is a crash blocking 2 right lanes, and traffic is stopped back to Emerson Avenue, at least on that exit route to southbound 6570. If you're going northbound 65, you are moving right now slowly, and eventually you're going to have to kind of merge into those other lanes to be able to get around this crash. But again, it's westbound 70 before the north split, 2 right lanes blocked. Crash east side, 30th west of Franklin Road, inbound 65, stop and go traffic 21st to west, and eastbound 70 slows, Belmont to the south split. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
After a spectacular Tuesday, we're in for a mostly clear and chilly night with lows in the low 50s. Wednesday, we're going to be nearing the 80-degree mark with lots of sunshine and light winds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
He is one of the funniest guys we know. I look forward to this segment every week.
Me too.
Former writer for The Late Show with Dave Letterman, among other programs. Hoosier Jeff Boggs, how are you, my friend?
I am doing great, guys. It's always fun coming in here. It's especially fun coming downtown when the Pacers are playing. So this is exciting. Before we get started, can I ask a quick question?
Please.
Okay, I popped in my car yesterday and turned your guys' show on, like I always do.
Thank you.
And I heard an 11-second clip that I actually turned the radio off and started thinking about writing a letter to HR.
This was on our show?
Yeah, it was on. Yes, it was on your show, Nigel. And
last thing I need is another one.
Right? Can I just play this really quick and get some clarity on what was happening?
Okay,
sure.
I am. You said weenus. Do you know what a weenus is? Allison, do you understand? Like, if I say weenus,
yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay, so
the eye contact you had with Allison, do you know what weenus means? Did creep me out just a little bit.
Right. And so at what point, was there more context to that, or is it what I thought it was? Nigel?
Well, hold on. You didn't listen to the rest of the explanation as to what a weenus is?
I feel very protective of Allison, and so I was upset when I heard that because you said, you do know what a weenus is, right, Allison? And I felt sorry for her.
And he just kept staring at her, like nodding his head.
That I just assumed that she would know what a weenus is, but she is the one, if you would have kept listening instead of calling HR, she is the one that explained exactly what, indeed, a weenus is.
And what was it?
It's the skin of your elbow.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was talking about anyway.
That's what my kids know it as.
Okay.
I learned it from my kids.
The skin weenus expert here on this show is producer Allison.
So it was kind of a mix-up, kind of like the time the bagpipe girl was in, and you said, "Hey, I noticed your bagpipes." it's that kind of thing.
Nice pipes you got there.
Or what about last Friday when the esthetician came into the shot, and I believe Nigel, you go, "This is the best segment ever."
Was that Crystal's? Was that her friend?
It was.
Was she describing some of the things she participates in and how she improves the looks of certain body parts of women?
Right. She takes her job very seriously.
I do too. I do too.
I take her doing her job very seriously. All right. So you sent me a story about the mayor of Chicago. Now, I didn't think it would be possible to find anybody worse than previous mayor Beetlejuice. But lo and behold, here's Brandon Johnson of Chicago with an approval rating at 7. Not 27, not 37, an approval rating of 7 in the third largest city in America.
And I have an update on that. It's not 7, it's 6.8. They rounded up to 7. So the mayor of Chicago's approval rating is a 6.8 right now. I don't, and it's not like he's been in office for 40 years. This guy's relatively new, ever since what's her name, the big forehead, Lightfoot,
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, yes. Beetlejuice. How are you in office with a 6.8 approval rating? Can anyone explain who voted for that? If you go through and look at approval ratings, like in America right now, gout has an 8% approval rating. That's higher.
Brandon Johnson is looking up at gout in approval ratings.
You know what else? In Indianapolis, road construction on the northeast side has a 9% approval rating.
And how would you feel if you lost the primary to Brandon Johnson, right? So he wins, and he's got a 6.8 approval rating. You got beat by the guy that only has the 6.8.
And did it drop? Like was it... I just don't understand the mechanics of how someone can get elected and have, what were we, a Congress, the Democratic Party was what, 23% recently, for
really low
approval rating. Trump's at 54%.
Yeah.
So that's, I'm not good at math.
And the reason I love this too is because Chicago blames Indianapolis for a lot of stuff.
For
a lot of their crap.
Their drugs, their guns, their anything they have a problem with, they blame it on Indiana.
Yeah, one of my favorite arguments is when Chicago blames Indiana on the guns, saying, it's like 90% of our murders come from illegal guns from Indiana. Well, how is it possible to know that if 87% of your murders are unsolved? It's like the debate never makes sense to me.
But the reason why I'm assuming 7% is because of the sanctuary city status. I mean, you saw those town council meetings where people would show up and just ream these city county councilors out in Chicago.
But then why did they vote for it? Why did this gentleman get enough votes to win if his approval rating is 7%? It makes no sense to me.
It's the uneducated voter, right? These people all think, okay, sanctuary cities, we're going to stick it to Trump. Yay, you like that, Trump? Here's a sanctuary city. Then they realize they have to pay for all of these people to live there, where they get taxed. They have these expectations of taking care of the people here illegally, and they're like, oh, well, that stinks. I don't want to do this anymore. But it's too late.
Yeah, you also wonder if, the majority of them have any idea who they voted for. Like, what's the system of voting in Chicago? It's if the people who respond to this poll can't stand the guy, then, it just makes no sense to me. I was just shocked to see that number.
Democrats think that people are too stupid to get and know how to acquire an ID to vote.
Right.
Of course, they're not going to know who they're voting for or understand who they're voting for.
They're banking for the thousands of dead voters in Chicago to really put him over the top.
If that's their logic, then more power to it.
Let me say one thing, though, about the IDs and voters. I put something on Twitter, a little non sequitur, a couple days ago about the real ID. And, I just moved here from California. We were one of the states who did not automatically update your driver's license with a real ID. There's no star in the upper right. Ooh. So I looked at my ID, and my passport just expired. And I'm like, oh man, I have to, go get a real ID. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. So I put on Twitter, I go, hey, I think it should be a bigger story that, there's millions of people who are going to be on May 7th unable to fly in America, according to what I see, because less than half the country has a passport. And people came after me. I haven't been called a dumbass that many times since our last family reunion. But it was crazy how angry. I had 7,500 comments, just comments on my post going, hey, moron, it's automatically updated, or, it's not that big a deal. It's a huge deal to people who've lived in New York, New Jersey, Illinois, California, and oh, by the way, that happens to be almost a third of the country.
Hold on. You mean to tell me, Jeff Boggs, there are people on the internet that just rush to judge without knowing all the information?
It hurt my feelings. I was looking at it, and it started going crazy.
Well,
and I don't usually get bothered by it.
Now you know how Luke Bryan feels.
Why do you bring him into
this? Oh, wow.
Now you know.
Luke Bryan has 8% approval rating amongst real country music fans.
Did Katy Perry need to have a real ID to go to the atmosphere?
Okay. See, I'm on the opposite side of that. You guys are making fun of them nonstop. I'm a dude who's terrified of roller coasters. I really am. Like the Beast at Kings Island. Growing up, when we saw the hill, it just made me sick.
Roller coaster, yeah.
And so I got to be honest with you. You guys know me. I'm a staunch conservative Trump supporter. I thought it was kind of impressive what they did. They got shot up in the air, no matter how high.
Well, sure, the physical, getting shot up into the sky and the space and floating around for 11 minutes and coming back down, that is impressive.
But that doesn't make you an astronaut.
No.
Like Gayle King is walking around like she and Neil Armstrong have accomplished the same amount of things.
Gayle King invoked the name of Alan Shepard.
Right. The same way Dr. Dre is not allowed to practice medicine just because he called himself Dr. Dre.
Right.
They are not astronauts. I agree with that. I just think that the people who go, come on, it was nothing. It was like, I don't know. It was, if it really happened, it was kind of impressive.
So would you do it? I would not do it even if I had a chance to do it for free. And it was at all a big promotional push for millionaires to go up into space. I believe that's what that was.
Yeah, it sounds to me kind of like, was it a couple of years ago where the really rich guy said, hey, you guys want to go down in a submarine with me and check stuff out?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I
So
don't want to.
I'm good.
So you wouldn't want to do the opposite either.
No, I just like to be on the ground on my couch.
I like to be on the ground.
Watching basketball,
30 seconds before we hit a break here. The hottest Katy Perry has ever been has been when? Because I'm coming to the table with when she hosted Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
She had the Elmo shirt on and did the sketch where the jugulars were bouncing around.
I'm not a Katy Perry fan. I've never been. I like the song Firework. I never found her attractive. The Russell Brand photo, or the Russell, Brand, right?
They were in the bed, the boudoir.
But something happened to her in the last year where I don't know if age is agreeing with her, but I think she looks good. She's still crazy and a terrible person, but looks-wise, I've been impressed lately.
My wife says that about me.
Well, just type in Katy Perry Elmo shirt. Your mind will change.
I don't judge women based on appearance, Nigel.
Okay.
We do, and we're coming right back. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Are you dealing with foot, knee, hip, or back pain? Well, it sounds like you could use a spring in your step. Hi, this is Phoebe with the Good Feet store, and I've got just the thing to help you spring forward into comfort. Good Feet's unique, patented 3-step arch support system is designed to reduce pressure on your joints to keep you feeling energized all day long, even when you're running on an hour's less sleep. With less pressure on your joints, you'll also experience less pain and discomfort too. When you visit the Good Feet store, we'll take time with you to figure out what you need on your free personalized fitting. You can also take all the time you need to walk in-store to feel the Good Feet difference personalized for your feet, your shoes, and your lifestyle. Most of our customers say they feel relief immediately, and you can too. Make your appointment today at goodfeet.com. Don't just live with the pain. Discover your options and spring into comfort at the Good Feet store. Come in today for your free personalized fitting and test walk. We're in your neighborhood. Visit goodfeet.com to find the location nearest to you.
Gotta love summertime. It's for enjoying outdoor music and vacations, and our pals at AAA Hoosier Motor Club can help you save on both. AAA is now the official partner of Ruoff Music Center, and AAA members going to enjoy some big-time benefits. Early entry into concerts, access to the AAA Premier Lounge. Can't wait to go see Chris Stapleton this summer.
Concerts at Ruoff, always a good time, always a fun time. Same with going on a vacation. And AAA members save with access to hotel discounts, rental car discounts, and a lot more, along with complimentary travel planning. Plus, if you run into trouble on the road, AAA has you covered. Flat tire, dead battery, run out of gas. AAA is there 24/7, 365, no matter where your travels take you. So do yourself a favor. Join AAA today. AAA.com, 844-GO-AAA-GO, or stop by your local AAA office.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
From a fast break to recovery, Indiana hospitals are here for every Hoosier, regardless of their ability to pay. That's why we're teaming up with legislators on a winning playbook to lower costs and protect access to care across our communities. Because good policy doesn't leave anyone on the sidelines. Learn more at HoosierLifeline.com.
Paid for by the Indiana Hospital Association.
This is Danny Reinhardt with Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Give us a call for any of your heating and cooling needs. We're here to serve you. 317-745-4526.
Reinhardt is your trusted local independent American Standard Air dealer.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to B.
News doesn't wait, and neither should you. Breaking news updates, local headlines, and statewide coverage are always available at WIBC.com. When the news moves fast, we will too. Stay in the know while you're on the go with WIBC.com.
All right, Matt Bear, what's going on?
Crash westbound 70 approaching the north split. 2 right lanes are blocked and traffic is jammed up. And back to Emerson Avenue, you might want to consider using Washington Street instead because right now this delay on 19 minutes. Crash east side, 30th Street west of Franklin. Inbound 65, 4-minute delay 29th to west. And eastbound 75, minute delay from Hardigan to the south split. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now we have 72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Jeff Boggs with us, not Kenny Rogers on Twitter. Jeff, if you need a reason to drink tonight, happy 88th birthday to Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
88 years old. Some say the greatest living actor that we have.
Yeah, he's kind of in that zone of, does he have a bad movie? It's like you go through his thing. De Niro really fell off toward the end. People say Tom Cruise doesn't have a bad movie. But Jack, some of the most iconic roles of our time. And the really interesting thing to me about Jack Nicholson is he revolutionized the movie industry. And he did it in 1989. This was a really big deal. When the movie Batman came out, the Michael Keaton Batman, and they cast Jack as Joker. Now, Jack's asking fee at the time was a straight $10 million. That's what he would get for every movie. This is before like the Jim Carrey hit the $20 million, Julia Roberts. So his asking fee in 1989 was $10 million. His agent went to him and said, how about instead of $10 million, how about we go and we ask for $6 million, but a cut of the back end.
Get some points on the back end there.
Give me some points on the back end.
Some royalties for future sales and all that.
Including merchandise. Okay, so they went to the studio. The studio's like, this movie's way over budget. So yeah, we'll take it. If we could save $4 million on Jack's thing, everybody wins if it's a success. Guess how much Jack Nicholson made on Batman from 1989? $65 million. And that is how you do it right there.
I think probably the last good movie he made was The Departed in 2006. He hasn't made a movie. Like, after that, it was like The Bucket List with Morgan Freeman.
Oh, well.
When did Anger Management with Sandler come
that
out?
was in 2003, which was hilarious. But I think 2006, where he played Frank Costello.
Yeah, well,
that may have been.
But he hasn't made a lot of movies lately, so that's not really fair.
He's been living his life as Jack, which is awesome. Sitting courtside at Laker games and
listen, he's the coolest guy in Hollywood. He's always the guy. He's the guy who like DiCaprio looks up to, and he's just a cool dude. He has a $100 million art collection. My girlfriend.
He's got a few Hunter Biden originals, I assume.
Good. That's like 3, right? He's got 1 Matisse and 3 Hunter Bidens, and that's the $100 million.
All right, you watching the game anywhere tonight, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm actually, and you guys root for me here because I placed a bet on the way in here. It's very exciting on FanDuel. If the Pacers win by 4.5 points, by more than 4.5 points, and Kid Rock becomes the next Pope, I win $9 million.
Let's go.
$9 million.
Now that's a parlay I can get behind right there. Poping ain't easy, baby. Find him on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at not Kenny Rogers. Jeff Boggs, my friend, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Don't go anywhere. Having a good time with you on a Tuesday. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
For over 20 years, Howard Bailey Financial has been helping families just like yours gain clarity, confidence, and purpose with personal and practical financial strategies. And now, we're offering our full suite of services on Rangeline Road, right in the heart of Carmel, making it even easier to meet with our experienced team face to face. Whether you're planning for retirement, navigating life transitions, or just need guidance for your financial future, we're here to walk with you every step of the way. Text Carmel to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement resource. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Employee pricing. That's right. At Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, you can get employee pricing across a full lineup of your favorite trucks and SUVs. Their entire American inventory has been marked with employee pricing, so you pay what they pay on F-150s, on Super Duties, Explorers, all of them with employee pricing. And if you need something a little smaller but still want to be able to haul the crew and cargo around, the Edge is the perfect choice for you. And you'll definitely enjoy the excellent fuel economy. Plus, it's loaded with safety features. Get more to your door with Andy Moore Ford. Simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. And if you need to sell or trade your current vehicle, the time has never been better. Andy Moore Ford will pay top dollar for your used vehicle, even if you don't buy from them. Employee pricing on all your favorite Fords are at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford, MOHR. I love Andy. AndyMooreFord.com.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no-interest, no-payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
At Hendricks, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment, as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
This is Danny Reinhardt with Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Give us a call for any of your heating and cooling needs. We're here to serve you. 317-745-4526.
Reinhardt is your trusted local independent American Standard Air dealer.
Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Another government shakeup. I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. The State Department could be the latest agency to scale down its size. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says it's time for a revamp.
Secretary Rubio outlined in a written message on the State Department's website that he sees the agency as being at odds with the interests of the president and the country. He says getting rid of overlap in foreign offices is part of what will bring the State Department under control. Agency spokeswoman Tammy Bruce also says of this America First approach,
redundant offices will be removed, and non-statutory programs that are misaligned with America's core national interests will cease to exist.
Bruce called it a reorganization. Details also call for a 15% reduction in agency staff in the U.S. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
A Republican congresswoman receiving an invite from El Salvador's leader after several Democrats demanded a meeting following the deportation of an immigrant living in Maryland.
Florida Republican Congresswoman Ana Paulina Luna says she's honored to accept an invitation to meet with the president of El Salvador, where she plans to focus on, quote, advancing shared commitments to safety, freedom, and national pride. It comes as a group of House Democrats tried meeting with officials in El Salvador as they push for the release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a man deported to El Salvador who the Trump administration claims was affiliated with the gang and designated terrorist organization MS-13. Democrats argue he wasn't given due process. They're also sending a letter to Trump administration officials demanding a welfare check on Andrew Jose Hernandez Romero, a man who they say was deported despite having a pending asylum case. Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
A divided Supreme Court ruling. Immigrants who agree to leave the country are allowed flexibility. It's the latest in several cases dealing with immigration as the Trump administration ramps up deportations. America is listening to Fox News.
You have a traffic. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Republicans take a tongue lashing, then go to work on the budget. Clouds still around, though the forecast promises sunny skies this afternoon. It's 68 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 4:02.
Year after year, we made small individual cuts in taxes for individuals and then larger cuts for businesses, and their chickens have come home to roost.
That State Representative Ed Delaney taking an opportunity Monday to let Republicans have it, blaming them for the projected budget shortfall that has state government in a bind. While lawmakers work on it now, many people took the opportunity in front of the Budget Conference Committee to push their requests.
You can eliminate 1/3 of that shortfall by capping the school choice voucher program at where it is now.
Joel Hand, American Federation of Teachers. Democrats also pushing for that extra cigarette tax. You may remember the incident in 2023 where a student with special needs at Brown Elementary in Brownsburg was forced to eat his own vomit. The former teacher responsible for that avoids prison time with a 1-year suspended sentence on a pleaded down misdemeanor and credit for time served. The judge also says Sarah Seymour has to surrender her teaching license. Many people see each other through a political lens, but the Archbishop of Indianapolis says Pope Francis did not. Ryan Hedrick reports.
At a Tuesday news conference, Charles C. Thompson talked about how the Pope's humility was the key to looking past people's differences.
The truth is in Jesus Christ, and that wisdom doesn't come from our human merit, but from the Holy Spirit.
He says what he'll remember most about the Pope,
make sure that we don't leave our own people unattended.
Pope Francis's funeral will be held Saturday morning in St. Peter's Square.
But I had started to have some mild symptoms, and luckily my wife was insistent I go to the doctor.
Rob Beeler is a 6-year survivor of a fast-acting cancer, pancreatic. This Saturday, he's a volunteer at Pancreatic Cancer Action Network's Purple Stride 2025.
I was one of the lucky ones that was eligible for new treatment that wasn't available just years before because of the research.
He tells Wish TV the event will be at White River State Park in Indianapolis. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Spring showers might bring flowers, but they can also bring roof leaks. Strong winds, heavy rain can expose hidden damage, leading to costly water issues inside your home. And the longer you wait, the worse it gets. Water can seep into your attic, walls, and insulation, causing mold, rot, and expensive structural damage. The good news? Moss Roofing. They offer free inspections. Whether it's a small leak or a big roofing concern, their expert team will assess the damage and provide reliable, cost-effective solutions. With over 35 years of experience, Moss Roofing knows how to protect your home from the unpredictable spring weather. Don't wait for a minor drip to turn into a major repair. For top-notch roofing services, trust Moss Roofing to keep you dry this spring. For a job done right every single time, visit mossroofing.com. Call 317-747-3665. 317-747-3665 or go online to Moss Roofing. MOSS. mossroofing.com. Tell them Tony Katz sent you.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, looking at a crash. It's westbound 70 approaching the north split right lane block. Traffic loaded back to Emerson Avenue, a 12-minute delay. Inbound 65, a 6-minute delay. MLK to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 77-minute delay. Belmont to the south split. East side southbound 465 at I-70. Just before I-70, this is a crash blocking 2 left lanes. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio. Get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
After a spectacular Tuesday, we're in for a mostly clear and chilly night with lows in the low 50s. Wednesday, we're going to be nearing the 80-degree mark with lots of sunshine and light winds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock!
Boy, it's sad that it's not just Indianapolis that has soft prosecutors, soft on crime prosecutors. It's also happening in Minneapolis, Hammer. So I'm glad we're not the only one. Like, I'm not glad about it, but it's...
Misery loves company.
I guess so. This guy, this government employee who caused $20,000 in damages to Tesla's getting off scot-free.
So he works for the government in the state of Minnesota and went on a damaging spree of anybody that had a Tesla because that was a thing there for about 2 weeks. Damaged 6 different Teslas.
Because of Doge and Elon Musk. And Elon Musk is destroying the country by cutting federal waste somehow. So we're going to go out and vandalize and firebomb Tesla dealerships in some cities.
Right. $20,000 worth of damages, and the very woke, very far left DA, Mary Moriarty, declining to press charges and move forward.
Oh, I'm assuming the police department was totally on board with that.
Quote, the Minneapolis Police Department did its job. It identified and investigated a crime trend, identified and arrested a suspect, and presented a case to the attorney office for consideration of charges. And then they went on to just rip and destroy the far-left prosecutor, Mary Moriarty.
Good. Well, you know, at least we're not the only one it's happening to.
I mean, look who the governor is of Minnesota. That goofy bastard, Old Balls Tim Walz. When riots were happening in the city, he said that he and his wife would open up the window and smell the fires, like the burning tires, and thought that it was good. They liked it. He's a weirdo. Like, that was their thing they said about J.D. Vance for a while. Remember? They tried to make that a thing. J.D. Vance is weird.
Yeah, and it really, it backfired on them.
Well, yeah, when you come out doing like high leg kicks and jazz hands on the stage, you can't call anybody else weird, Old Balls Tim Walz.
Putting tampon dispensers in the men's bathroom.
Right. A guy that served his country, put himself through like the Ivy League, and you go up there prancing like you're a rockette on New York City with jazz hands. Da, 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 da. I mean, that's how he would roll out for every single event. But yeah, J.D. Vance was supposed to be the weird one. Okay, fine. You like Curb Your Enthusiasm
Love it.
better than Seinfeld. Is that fair?
Is
that fair?
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
I thought I've heard that hot take from you before.
Curb Your Enthusiasm, of course, Larry David co-created Seinfeld with Jerry Seinfeld, but he also has Curb Your Enthusiasm on Max. I would say I'd like it just a tad better than Seinfeld.
Okay.
Just a tad. Just a
Larry David, super lefty.
Oh, man. So bad.
He's upset that Bill Maher went to the White House and met with Donald Trump. He put out this tongue-in-cheek op-ed in the New York Times, quote, "My dinner with Adolf." And I think you see where he's going here. Now, here's the thing. Larry David was too much of a chicken bleep to put his name on it, so he made this like a farce story, like a fantasy story of a comedian on a late night show that meets with the president, but the president turns out to be a Nazi and he loses all of his support. It's clearly a shot at Bill Maher. Everybody knows what it is.
Yeah, I'm not reading that.
He never mentions Maher by name, never mentions Trump by name. Like, I'd almost have a little bit more respect for him if he just would have wrote it and owned it. Say what you want about George Clooney, at least he puts his name on it. You might not like his perspective. His perspectives may backfire, but at least he puts his name on it.
And if you paid any amount of attention to what Bill Maher had to say about his meeting with Donald Trump, his dinner with Donald Trump and Kid Rock, he actually enjoyed himself. They had good conversation.
Right. And Bill Maher pressed back on him on a few things.
Well, sure, of course. I can't quite understand why Donald Trump. I'm still having a little bit of a, twisting myself into a pretzel trying to figure out why he decided to meet with Bill Maher. A guy that's completely anti-Trump and his voters, which I think Bill Maher has kind of stepped back. He stepped away from insulting Trump voters, I think, a little bit, but definitely anti-Trump.
Because it backfired.
Well, sure, yeah.
Had Donald Trump lost in a landslide, do you think he ever would have took his foot off the gas? And you know what? Maybe what I'm saying is inappropriate. Hell no.
Donald Trump likes to be liked. And it turned out, for what I'm saying is Bill Maher could care less what Larry David has to say in some mock op-ed piece in the New York Times.
Right.
Okay?
And Larry David, own it. If you want to rip Bill Maher, that's fine. You're not the only one. I think like Stephen King's upset. All the hardcore lunatic lefties are upset. Keith Olbermann's panties were in a wad. But put your name on it. Don't do some art, passive-aggressive fantasy piece here. Put your name on it. Rosie O'Donnell, Nige, someone that hates Donald Trump with the passion of a million fires.
Stopped right there.
She, if you recall, left the United States and now she lives in Ireland. She did an interview with CNN last night and talked about why she decided to leave this country.
I knew after reading Project 2025 that if Trump got in, it was time for me and my non-binary child to leave the country. And I made the decision within my family and my therapist, and should he win, and then when he did, we made the plan into action, and we were gone before he was inaugurated. It's been heartbreaking, I have to tell you. I knew that if I was in the United States and watched him destroy the country and the Constitution and really pay no mind to any of the laws that the founders stood by and that our country stands for as a beacon of shining light and freedom for the rest of the world, that should he do what the Heritage Foundation said he was going to do in that Project 2025, that we were going to be in big trouble. And it's as bad as they promised and even a little bit worse.
Trump isn't doing anything with Project 2025. Nothing to do with it.
Never has.
Heritage Foundation may have come up with that. But like people are they tried to attach Donald Trump to this thing that, some political initiative to reshape the federal government into what Donald Trump wants. And I'm glad she'd let us know that, her binary child, is it binary? Non-binary.
Right.
Okay. So her and her non-binary child are gone, and good for you. I would probably, after being bullied by Donald Trump for the better part of 20 years, and then all of a sudden your bully, who was, before he got into politics, hated you, and then he becomes the most powerful man in the world, I'd probably move too.
Yeah, it's going to be rough for you to, live that one down. But Cher does it. De Niro does it. Baldwin does it. All of these people that hated Trump and have threatened to leave the country, at least she did it. I mean,
so Ellen did it.
Well, I think there may be some other stuff chasing Ellen around.
Oh yeah. There's a
lot of rumors about Diddy, Epstein-ish. I don't know. They're just here.
But who cares? Why? No wonder CNN is failing in the ratings still to this day. Why are they having somebody that nobody pays attention to? Somebody that's not famous anymore, doesn't do anything. She has no value except to whine and cry on social media and talk about her non-binary child.
Right.
Why is CNN having her on in the first place?
Well, I'm just shocked she was available. I'm sure that all the other networks were knocking down the door to find out what that fat loser Rosie O'Donnell had to say.
Oh, did you have to say it like that?
The last 4 years, I couldn't watch Donald Trump destroy this country. Did you not see what happened at the border there, Rose? How about that foreign policy? Why did the president have to put a pardon on Fauci and his kid and everybody else? The migrant flights? I don't know. Okay, Matt Bear, what's up?
East side, here it is. Southbound 465 between Penn Pike and I-70, a bad crash here. It blocks 2 left lanes. Traffic stop back to East 56th Street. And right now, delay time is 13 minutes. If you're on the northbound side, we have some rubbernecking and a police car assisting with that crash. So northbound 465 before Penn Pike at the crash site. Left shoulder blocked by a cop, and traffic is stopping. Go back to I-70. Now westbound 70 also trashed right now from Emerson Avenue into the North Split. That's because of a crash. It has the right lane closed, and it's coming out right now on a delay time of 13 minutes. Inbound 65, 7-minute delay from MLK to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic Belmont into the South Split. Here's a vehicle fire on the south. Good Lord, south side, southbound 65 at Edgewood Avenue, and right now 2 right lanes are closed. Traffic is stopped into the 465 ramp, 7-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Visit Rocket.com today, the new home for all things home ownership. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and we need 48 more people to hit like on the YouTube stream. That gets us to 100 likes. So go to WIBC's YouTube page. If you're feeling lucky, if you feel like you're a badass Hoosier, a badass American, you're ticked off about property taxes, and you think the Pacers are going to win tonight, give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. We need 48 people to do that, and our toes will be tapping. Is this anything? Next.
I'm an American Standard customer. I only use American Standard equipment and American Standard dealers. That's mostly because they are built to a higher standard. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local independent American Standard dealers here in Central Indy.
Price Point Comfort, your locally owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer that will give you the right price guarantee. I like that word, guarantee. They promise not to oversell or pressure you into buying a bunch of stuff you don't need. A lot of companies do that. They don't do that at Price Point. You get exactly what you're looking for. They can make some recommendations, but it's totally up to you. Price Point Comfort strives for customer satisfaction, so find them online, pricepointcomfort.com. That's pricepointcomfort.com, or give them a call, 317-455-1124. You can ask for James or Tyler. James or Tyler at Price Point Comfort. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. Price Point Comfort, your independent American Standard heating and air dealer built to a higher standard.
Greetings, Boomtown. Ever since this neighborhood switched to Xfinity Internet,
The Wi-Fi is booming!
Xfinity combines the power of internet and mobile with one all-in plan.
So we've all got lightning-fast, secure Wi-Fi speeds at home and on the go with Wi-Fi Power Boost from Xfinity Mobile.
You get the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best in-class equipment and unlimited data included. Plus, add an unlimited mobile line.
All for only $40 a month for 1 year. To celebrate this combo, we're mashing our shows together.
It's everything you need all in one plan. Plus, learn how to get a free 5G phone with a premium unlimited line. Now, sit back and relax with the smooth, relaxing sound
of face-melting acid metal!
Brilliant.
Visit Xfinity.com to learn more. Ends June 23rd with paperless billing and autopay to stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet gateway required. Taxes, fees extra. After 1 year, rate increases to $110 a month. After 2 years, regular rates apply. Actual Wi-Fi speeds vary. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024.
Promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower, future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Spring has sprung and Indiana's floodgates have opened, meaning everything is growing, including your roots. Underground root growth knows no bounds and can wreak havoc on your sewer system, causing potential damage to your home. My friends at Hope Plumbing want to help you stay ahead of the rain by offering $300 off any sewer repair or replacement. This offer excludes drain cleanings. Call Hope Plumbing at 641-HOPE or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com and stay dry this spring.
What if the next time you painted your home was the last time you painted your home?
Our Rhino Shield has been on for 8 years.
Rhino Shield. Call 888-RHINO-41. Don't paint, don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, your American Standard air dealer in Hendricks County.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
Hit me. Nige, actor George Clooney, says that he and his wife, Amal, have never had an argument. They've never had a fight after more than 10 years together. He did an interview and says, quote, "We're trying to find something to fight about." He claims they've never had an argument or a fight in 10 years. Is this anything?
It's like, though, when you have servants and you have people driving you everywhere and people giving you things and people, when you live a life of luxury, what's there to argue about? And plus, Amal Clooney is not, he might be scared of her. George might be scared. I mean, she's a highly powerful human rights lawyer. She's an international human, she's no dummy, I guess is what I'm saying. And maybe he's scared of her. But then again, when you live a life of luxury and you have people doing things for you and life is not hard in any way, shape, or form, there's less to argue about. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Or
I don't
maybe,
know
get out for a crossfire?
Yeah.
George Clooney's full of crap.
Well, there's that too.
Because listen, I don't care if they have everything lined up with butlers and maids and chauffeurs. He's a dude, she's a woman. She will find something wrong that he's done.
Oh, yes.
And the decision has to come down, do you want to fight about it or do you want to pick your battles? I'm a pick my battle guy now. When I was younger, I was a Spitfire. Like, all right, let's have this conversation now. Now, I'll realize the Pacer game's on and I'll pick my battle and I'll put that in the bank, right? And I'll use it against Crystal at another time. Like, that's how the leverage game plays in the relationship. But for those who have had an argument or disagreement with their better half, great moments in couples fighting history.
Oh.
This is from the movie The Wedding Singer, Linda and Robbie.
I've been talking to my friends the last couple of days.
All right, here it comes.
And I think I figured out what's been bothering me. I'm not in love with Robbie now. I'm in love with Robbie 6 years ago. Robbie, the lead singer of Final Warning. And I used to come and watch you from the front row in your spandex pants, your silk shirt unbuttoned, licking the microphone like David Lee Roth.
I still got the spandex. I'll put them on right now.
The point is, I woke up this morning and I realized I'm about to marry a wedding singer. I am never going to leave Richfield.
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention
yesterday. Great moments in couples fighting history. Toward the end of the movie The Hangover, where Stu and Melissa have a little disagreement at the wedding.
Yes.
We went to Las Vegas.
Oh, really? Las Vegas? Why would you go to Las Vegas?
Because my best friend was getting married, and that's what guys do.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
that's not what you do.
Really? Well, then why did I do it? Huh? Because I did it? Riddle me that. You know, sometimes I think all you want me to do is what you want me to do. I think in a healthy relationship, sometimes a guy should be able to do what he wants to do.
That is not how this works!
Oh, good. Because whatever this is ain't working for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since you that waiter on your cruise last June. Boom!
Told me it was a bartender.
Oh, you're right. I stand corrected. It was a bartender.
You're an idiot.
You're such a bad person. Like all the way through to your core.
And
by the way, she was awful. Her character was brutal.
Just the worst.
I hated her.
The movie The Breakup with Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have a grandfather on the board of some fancy college. Keyword being was, did he touch the Filipino exchange student? Did he not touch the exchange student? I don't know, Brooke. I wasn't there.
Don't start with the family stuff. Like, your family's so perfect, your brother's a pervert.
Don't talk to me about the sexual habits of family members. What about your sister?
My sister's been through a lot.
Great moments in couples fighting history.
Oh, wow. That scene, there's more to that scene. And when he talks about putting the lemons in the bowls, if I would have known, because he didn't buy enough lemons for each bowl.
The dishwasher.
I just want to be left alone. I go, preach on, brother. Preach on. But trust me, the door swings both ways in our household. There's some nights I get home, Lindsay is out of the picture. Your turn. I just want to be left alone.
Just want to be left alone. All right, got time for one more here. Some moron went through downtown L.A. with a chainsaw and cut down a bunch of trees for no reason. People on social media think it was some sort of anti-Earth Day protest.
Oh, sure.
Here's a resident talking about the destruction.
This is an act of destruction. Started getting pictures from many different people in the influencer space, downtown space, saying, did you see what they did last night? And I realized this was a little more malicious than, the city chopping trees down.
Were they wearing MAGA hats?
This is MAGA country.
Were they chopping down trees shouting MAGA country, MAGA country?
Was Jussie Smollett there too?
I'm willing to bet whoever was doing this was the opposite of whatever they were trying to want everybody to believe who they were. I'm sure they were eco-terrorists that were trying to make it look like it was something Trump or Republican related.
100%.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Hey, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. If spring cleaning has you thinking about spring upgrading, this is the month to do it. Freshen up your home's look, boost your energy efficiency, and save big during Universal Windows Direct's Spring Home Improvement event. Right now, it's their classic fan favorite offer, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And for a limited time, Universal Windows Direct is also offering no interest until 2030. That's right, upgrade your home today and don't pay a cent in interest for 6 whole years. And here's the real spring surprise. Get a bonus $500 off your home improvement project. There's never been a better time to bundle and save with Universal Windows Direct. Some restrictions may apply, so call today 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Get all the information and schedule your totally free in-home estimate. And see everything for yourself on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
She can't be a teacher anymore. 68 downtown with some clouds and a forecast that says sunny. A sunny Wednesday expected, too. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending. Sarah Seymour cannot be a teacher in Indiana anymore. That's because she's made a deal to stay out of prison that includes surrendering her teacher's license for an incident from February 16th, 2023, where she forced a student with special needs to eat his own vomit. That was at Brown Elementary in Brownsburg. Her sentence also includes a 1-year suspended sentence and credit for time served, and a strong suggestion she stay in the house at night. More than a dozen countries are proposing trade deals now because of tariff threats from President Trump. Fox's Jared Halpert.
The Trump administration has 18 proposals on paper for new trade deals.
The president's trade team is working again at Trump speed as quickly as they can to ensure that these deals can be made.
But White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt would not say if negotiations are enough to extend a 90-day pause on most of the reciprocal tariffs announced earlier this month. She says negotiations are setting the stage for a deal with China.
We feel everyone involved wants to see a trade deal happen, and the ball is moving in the right direction.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told an investor summit current tariffs with China are not sustainable, and he believes there will be de-escalation in the near future. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
It's about protecting the kids. That's the thinking behind a lawsuit against Snapchat.
Florida is now suing Snapchat, saying the platform's quickly deleting photo messaging is becoming a haven for predators who send children using the platform obscene images or inappropriate messages. Florida Attorney General James Uthmeyer.
And again, I think Snapchat is unique in that the disappearing element, incentivizes predators to come in where it's tough to keep a traced record.
State law in Florida passed last year bans children under 15 from all social media and puts responsibility on social media networks to verify ages of users. In Miami, Eben Brown, Fox News.
You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer, owner of Comer & Cross Concrete Floors. If you're even thinking about a new garage floor, I promise you will love your new Comer & Cross garage floor more than any home improvement you do. Every single day for years to come. That's why so many builders use Comer & Cross. And Comer & Cross patios look way better than a new one at a fraction of the cost. Comer & Cross garage floors and patios are the gold standard. Guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And we make it so easy. We are all courteous uniform pros. We have the equipment and know-how to fix your concrete perfectly before applying your gleaming, new, proprietary Comer & Cross finish. We even take your stuff out for you. For your quick and easy, no sales pressure estimate, please call us right now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to comercross.com.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
Chris, we are hitting today. Crash northwest side, northbound 465 at 865. 2 right lanes are blocked. Traffic jam back to West 79th Street. And then looking at westbound 465 on the north side, slow from 31 past Michigan Road. Inbound 65, that is stop-and-go traffic from MLK down to Meridian, about a 9-minute delay. Eastbound 70 also delayed for 9 minutes from Belmont into the south split. Vehicle fire south side. This is a semi-fire on southbound 65 at Edgewood Avenue. It blocks 2 right lanes. It looks like the fire's mostly out. Traffic is jammed up to Keystone Avenue, then slow back to South Raymond Street. Getting through all that's going to add an additional 20 minutes to your travel time. Looking at westbound is 70, approaching the Dutch Split Crush, clear and slow. Back to Rural Street, then stop and go at Emerson Avenue. Keeping an eye on that. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, B-Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
After a spectacular Tuesday, we're in for a mostly clear and chilly night with lows in the low 50s. Wednesday, we're going to be nearing the 80-degree mark with lots of sunshine and light winds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Nigel. Hammer's over there. Also, we'd like to say hello to Mr. Attorney General of Indiana, Todd Rokita. Please kick off this block of legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
So I have very mixed feelings about this, Nige.
Okay.
I like what the Attorney General is doing.
Okay.
I hate the fact that he has to work with the Secretary of State to accomplish it. So Todd Rokita, the Attorney General for the state of Indiana, has filed a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for allegedly failing to verify the citizenship status of more than 550,000 Indiana voters.
Wow.
Not checking identification.
Hey, look, man, I don't care who they work with. Get that done and get that taken care of. You're telling me there are more than 550,000 state voters whose citizenship status may be in question?
The lawsuit was filed on April 16th at the U.S. District Court for Southern District of Indiana.
Gosh.
And it cites several federal statutes related to the obligation DHS has to ensure that only individuals with American citizenship can lawfully participate in federal and local elections.
I thought that was a given.
Well, it should be. But sometimes...
You never take things for granted when it comes to voting.
No, not at all. Now, here's the issue I have, though. So he's teaming up with the Indiana Secretary of State, Diego Morales. If Todd Rokita were doing this on his own, okay, but having to go through Morales, you see where we're going here? You got to look at Morales, too. If you're going to be Johnny Tough Guy for the state of Indiana, which I think Todd Rokita has done a great job at trying to do. I'm a Rokita guy. I think he's a fighter. Is he always on the right side of things? No, but nobody ever is. I like what he does. But it's hard to say I'm working with Diego Morales on this when you haven't investigated Diego Morales, because I don't trust that dude right now as far as I can throw him. And
got some issues with his brother working for him, and the trip to India, and some other things going on. But like, this is the Secretary of State's job. You got to go through him,
right?
You got to work together. You got to do what's the predator handshake that we always talk about, right?
Right, the world's best high five.
Yes.
I get it, and it's the proper way to do this, but it's just weird doing like a victory lap with Diego, knowing damn well this guy should be under investigation too. If we're going to be like even on this show, right, where we say we hate all these people, if you're a scumbag, we'll call you out. There's a lot of shady stuff that's gone on with Diego Morales. Now, if he's innocent, that's great. If he's guilty, then we got a problem. But there at least needs to be an investigation. Whether that comes from the Attorney General, whether it comes from some members of the Indiana General Assembly, I don't know. But my goodness, it's hard to justify a victory lap with Diego with all of those things going on.
Okay, that's fine. All right, I get what you're saying, but let's get this specific issue taken care of. Failing to verify the citizenship status of more than 500,000 state voters. Last time I checked, you had to be an American citizen to vote. Am I wrong about that?
Well, if you have some sort of fake ID, maybe, or maybe if they don't look for an ID, or perhaps there's some sort of corruption scheme, it becomes easier and easier. So, yeah, let's look into that. 550,000. That's a lot of votes, man. That's a lot of votes that need to be addressed. More legal stuff here. It's never good when the Homeland Security Secretary, security being the key word, has her purse stolen at a restaurant, loses her passport, department security badge, and $3,000 in cash. Christy Nome.
Oh, man.
Had her purse stolen from a restaurant, and inside, she claims was $3,000 in cash she was using to go shopping for Easter stuff. Her department security badge.
Wow.
And her passport. Not ideal when you're in charge of security.
Not ideal, and all those things concern me, especially like, the security badge. But the one that raised my eyebrow was the $3,000 cash for Easter stuff. That's a lot of peeps.
From the Washington Post, Ms. Nome was using the cash for her family's activities and Easter gifts while they were in town, according to the Department of Homeland Security.
I mean, we spent a couple $100 at Target, I think. I mean,
not $3,000.
When all is said and done, I bet there's two bills that the Laskowski the household spent there at maybe Target and some other places. But wow, $3,000. That's impressive.
And do you not have that purse on you? And maybe this is a question for the ladies. Like if you're on the YouTube chat, ladies, help me out here. If you had $3,000 in your purse and you were the head of Homeland Security, so you know people are trying to steal all of your access and credit cards and badges, why would you not be holding on to that purse like grim death? Am I overthinking this? Allison, jump on here. Kristi Noem goes out to dinner. You are not just some regular woman. You are the head of Homeland Security, one of the people that, the anti-Trumpers just hate because you're pro-Trump. You got $3,000 in cash and all these key documents and your passport here. Do you just set that down on your table, go hit the can, come back and hope that it's still there?
So I personally would not, especially with my passport in it, but I'm trying to think, is $3,000 even anything to her? Like, is that normally what she carries? And does she have personal security with her? So maybe she just assumed.
She's got to have personal security.
Maybe she just assumed that personal security was watching.
Even personal security doesn't want to hold the purse.
Yeah.
Let it just sit
that's
there.
pretty bad.
Very effeminate.
Kristi Noem was like, hey, guys, watch this. I'm going to go to the little lady's room. I'll be right back. Hold this for me.
I'm not touching it. It has glitter on it.
Yeah, you just set it on that table. Then the guys went to the bar.
Right.
Got a couple old fashions, came back, and it was gone.
Was there anything better than her standing out in front of that El Salvadorian prison? That picture of her saying, hey, you get out of line. Maybe that's what she could do. Hey, return my belongings, my badge, my $3,000, my passport, and I won't put you in this El Salvador prison.
Right.
This prison that I was just standing in front of a few weeks ago.
And she looked hot doing it, too.
She did, damn it.
So, all those dudes behind closed, bars back there were like, oh, my God.
And they were behaving themselves, too.
Right. Like, who looked hotter doing their photo op? That thing that Kristi Noem did with all the MS-13 guys locked up behind her,
right?
Or the early morning raid that Pam Bondi showed up to in the mini skirt and the hooker boots.
Oh man, I didn't think about that. Oh, I'm gonna have to search that out.
Do a little research.
I'll get back to you on that one.
But yeah, both are strong looks. And by the way, that thing you talked about with with Kristi Noem, that was another thing that made people's just melt down on social media. Like this past weekend, the Trump tweet about Easter. My Easter has been ruined. I can't believe if you're a Christian, you say this and support this man. People were broken by something Trump put on Truth Social. They're acting like being around their loved ones on the most holiest of holidays wasn't good enough because Trump said something on Truth Social.
On Easter, and most of these people could care less about the tradition of Easter.
Right.
Don't give me this crap about, like I said, I had a buddy post a diatribe. He's an atheist.
Right.
Like I almost, I can't respond to some of these,
and they're all like 9 paragraphs long.
Oh man, I have to click see more.
Right.
And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? And better yet, why is this person that's writing this doing this to themselves?
I'm not somebody that's a Republican or a Democrat. I'm in the middle. When they say that, they're a lefty. Because the Trump supporters are like, hell yeah, I'm a MAGA guy. I'm a conservative. I'm a Republican. Right now, there are so many Democrats ashamed of what their party's become because it's ran by lunatics. Plus, the last 4 years, you carried the water for a dementia patient that couldn't walk up and down stairs. You watched as the good doctor led cabinet meetings. Soldiers came back in coffins. He looked at his watch when it happened, but all of a sudden, Trump calls them losers on Easter, and panties go right up their butt crack.
And now, by the way, those same people that were defending Joe Biden and saying he had great cognitive skills, sharp as a tack, are writing books saying the opposite. Jake Tapper.
Right.
Just as an example.
So I'm going to need an answer.
Yes.
Who looked hotter in their photo shoot? Christy Nome at El Salvador or Pam Bondi in the early morning raid in the miniskirts?
Definitely Christy Nome, for sure.
All right.
For sure.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Employee pricing. That's right. At Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, you can get employee pricing across a full lineup of your favorite trucks and SUVs. Their entire American inventory has been marked with employee pricing, so you pay what they pay on F-150s, on Super Duties, Explorers, all of them with employee pricing. And if you need something a little smaller but still want to be able to haul the crew and cargo around, the Edge is the perfect choice for you. And you'll definitely enjoy the excellent fuel economy. Plus, it's loaded with safety features. Get more to your door with Andy Moore Ford. Simply purchase your vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. And if you need to sell or trade your current vehicle, the time has never been better. Andy Moore Ford will pay top dollar for your used vehicle, even if you don't buy from them. Employee pricing on all your favorite Fords are at Andy Moore Ford in Plainfield, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at Andy Moore Ford, MOHR. AndyMooreFord.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could beat lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text ENERGY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text ENRGY to 42424. That's ENERGY to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The following is a paid advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Have you or your loved ones been injured in an accident that was not your fault? Listen up, because you need to call the Legal Help Center. They handle all types of accidents, from car accidents, motorcycle, DUI, rideshare, workplace injuries, slips and falls, and many more. Legal Help Center was created to be a reliable resource, connecting injured victims to local area attorneys with experience in your accident. Legal Help Center representatives are ready to answer your questions and provide you a free consultation. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. If you've been injured from an accident that was not your fault, you need to call. Get your life back, know your legal rights, and get the financial compensation you deserve. Let Legal Help Center connect you with a law firm who can answer your questions. Call Legal Help Center for a free consultation. 800-438-8080. Speak to a live agent now. 800-438-8080. 800-438-8080.
Help DEA keep our community safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, April 26th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce forces a father to focus on what's most important, his children. You may no longer be a husband, but you'll always be a dad. In the divorce process, this comes down to 3 key concerns: physical custody, decision-making, as well as financial support. Each of these is important, and it's important that you choose a lawyer that cares as much about these issues as you do.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Indianapolis area attorneys. 101 West Ohio Street, Suite 1250, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46204.
This is Danny Reinhardt with Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Give us a call for any of your heating and cooling needs. We're here to serve you. 317-745-4526.
Reinhardt is your trusted local independent American Standard Air dealer.
Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details.
Politics, punchlines, and pure WIBC. The Mashup Podcast pulls the day's best moments from Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, and drops them in one place. New episodes each weekday. Search WIBC Mashup wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, I've been informed we only have 3 tickets left now. 3 tickets left for our Tales from the Track event presented by Relay Indiana. The Spirits provided by Jack Daniels, Graham Rahal, the Rahal Performance Center. 3 tickets left. You have to act right now or you're going to miss out. WIBC.com, Matt Baer.
East side, southbound 465 crash between Penn Pike and I-70. Looks like we're just about done here. The crash is on the left shoulder right now, still slowing traffic back to East 56th Street, but we are moving. Looking at the northwest side, it's northbound 465 at 865. Crash blocking the right lane. Stop traffic to 79th Street. Delayed time at 23 minutes. Westbound 465 slow roll from 31 past Michigan Road. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic. 10-minute delay running from White River Bridge to west. Eastbound 77-minute delay. Belmont to the south. Split south side. Southbound 65 at Edgewood Avenue. That's a semi-fire. Blocking 2 right lanes causing stop traffic past South Keystone Avenue. This also drags the approach into the 465 interchange. If you're coming westbound, eastbound 465, those are both loaded. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here and it's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, sunshine and 72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Nigel, let me be the latest to wish you and your family happy Earth Day.
Wow, well, I can't wait to get home and celebrate. Another reason to drink tonight.
There
Earth
it is.
Day.
Yeah, you hear that, Pluto? You hear that, Venus? It's Earth Day. Suck it, Mercury. We're number one. We're number one. Earth Day, bitches. Let's go. Love this planet. Who's number one? This planet. It's Earth Day. And as we do every year, here is the late, great George Carlin about Earth Day.
I'm tired of Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous environmentalists. I'm tired of these white, liberal, bourgeois, liberal, white people who think the only thing wrong with this planet is there aren't enough bicycle paths. Really sick of these rock stars and movie stars going to work off their cocaine guilt by saving a forest somewhere. The planet is fine. The planet has been through a lot worse than us for a long time. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drift, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles, bombardments for hundreds of thousands of years by comets and asteroids and meteors, sandstorms, erosion of all kinds, cosmic radiation, worldwide fires, worldwide floods, recurring ice ages, and we think some aluminum cans and some plastic bags are going to make a difference? Planet isn't going anywhere. We are.
I mean, the recycling thing. I mean, it's just such a BS scam. Everything. Did you know everything in the recycling bin? It's got to be clean and dry, or it just contaminates the whole load. You can't even you can't recycle a greasy pizza box. Hammer. There's this thing I just found out what it was today. It's called wish cycling.
What's that?
Do you have a case of wish cycling, Hammer? The practice of putting items into a recycling bin that aren't actually recyclable, and often with the mistaken belief that they will still be recycled. And that contaminates.
I have never in my life, in 47 years of life on this planet, suffered from wish cycling.
And by the way, the process of wish cycling can contaminate the recycling stream, making it more difficult and costly to process. It can even damage the equipment. It's recycling is such a load of crap.
Like, if you really want people to do this, man, make those prices a little bit better, right? Oh, you want my aluminum cans? I will sit down and drink a full 24-pack of Miller Lite tomorrow if you told me it was like $1 a can that I recycled. Well, give me this 10 cents
your money
crap.
back.
Right. Not even 10 cents. Like, I don't know how much one can is. Probably nothing now, but yeah, I'm not doing that at all. All right, when we come back... This morning, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, was defending himself on Fox News. He was pretty fired up. He was pretty angry at the leakers.
Does that have anything to do about the Signal app?
We'll get into that next.
Okay.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is already getting things done for Hoosiers. Governor Braun and State House Republicans are delivering massive property tax cuts. We're talking nearly $1.5 billion in relief. That's real money back in homeowners' pockets. But Braun didn't stop there. He cut local income tax capacity by nearly $2 billion and capped the local income tax rate to protect Hoosiers. And Braun led the fight to reform local government taxes, giving Hoosiers more say by requiring referendums be held in high-turnout elections. Thanks to Governor Braun and State House Republicans, your property taxes will be lower. Future increases are reined in, and the system is now more transparent. Visit HoosierHope.org and let Governor Braun and Republican legislators know you support historic property tax cuts. Paid for by HoosierHope.org.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Premier Deck Coating, the ultimate deck protection. Who are they? Well, they're a sister company of Rhino Shield, and Premier Deck Coating is the product you need if you're tired of applying the same old stain and paint every couple of years to your deck. It's Terry, Stacy, and David and I have a deck that's probably 25 years old. The countless hours and the money that we spend on maintaining that deck never ends. And then we heard about Premier Deck Coating. Family owned, based right here in Indy, and they are going to completely transform our deck with their special formulated product, which repels moisture, scratch resistant in virtually any color that we want, and backed by a 10-year guarantee. No more spending time staining or painting every year. Premier Deck Coating will keep our deck looking great for years to come. Premier Deck Coating can also do fences and pergolas too. For a free quote, call 317-696-4071 or visit premierdeckcoating.com.
What up, fellow Gen Xers? Elizabeth Banks here. As the original Latchkey kids, we took things into our own hands, like house keys and video game controllers. And now it's time for us to do it again, because the recommended age to get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. We're at over 6 times greater risk compared to adults under 50. So go to vaxassist.com and schedule. Gen X, this is our shot. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. April is here, so that means it's our Dare to Compare sale. Compare our prices to any of the big stores in Indianapolis, your town, it doesn't matter. We guarantee you the lowest price on every sofa, sectional, recliner, mattress, outdoor furniture, anything, plus no extra fees, no delivery charge. Hurry, sale ends Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Your one blood donation can help save the lives of up to 3 people. Give blood through the American Red Cross to help hospital patients. Visit redcrossblood.org today.
When you're high, you feel different. But if you feel different, you drive different. So don't drive high. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News. 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
Negotiating the tariffs. I'm John Saucier, Fox News. More than a dozen countries are now proposing trade deals as the tariff threats from President Trump continue. Fox's Jared Halpern has more from the White House.
The Trump administration has 18 proposals on paper for new trade deals.
The president's trade team is working again at Trump speed as quickly as they can to ensure that these deals can be made.
But White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt would not say if negotiations are enough to extend a 90-day pause on most of the reciprocal tariffs announced earlier earlier this month. She says negotiations are setting the stage for a deal with China.
We feel everyone involved wants to see a trade deal happen, and the ball is moving in the right direction.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told an investor summit current tariffs with China are not sustainable, and he believes there will be de-escalation in the near future. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
President Trump said this week he's hopeful a ceasefire deal can get done between Ukraine and Russia. Secretary of State Marco Rubio puts the pressure on the two sides to agree to something. Here's Fox's Jackie Heinrich with the latest.
The U.S., Ukraine, and European leaders are meeting in London tomorrow, and the president had said details of a potential peace deal will likely come out this week. There are some reports that it could include U.S. recognition of Ukraine's Crimea as Russian territory, and there are also always questions about whether the U.S. is willing to include any sort of security guarantees. That's something Ukraine has consistently asked for. We've also been told that the minerals deal should be signed this week. So looking for news on that, especially after the fighting resumed, after this Easter ceasefire that wasn't a full ceasefire.
Vice President J.D. Vance in Jaipur with his family, part of a 4-day trip to India. And he said,
we, of course, want to collaborate more. We want to work together more. And we want your nation to buy more of our military equipment, which, of course, we believe is the best in class.
America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
How the teacher avoided jail time. Clouds still around and a partly cloudy night ahead. Sunny tomorrow with the next rain chance Friday. It's 70 on Monument Circle. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending at 5:02. You may remember well the story from February 2023. A student with special needs was handed a spoon and told to eat his own vomit after he threw up in the lunchroom at Brown Elementary in Brownsburg. Now, Sarah Seymour, the teacher responsible for that grotesque dictum, has been sentenced. No jail time, though. She gets credit for time served and a suspended 1-year jail term. She also has to surrender her teaching license, and the judge doesn't want her leaving the house at night.
We don't have the financial cushion, the fiscal cushion that we used to have and that we ought to have. That was a conscious act, and warnings were issued.
Democratic State Representative Ed Delaney, one of many Democrats blaming Republicans for cutting taxes in recent years, saying that has put us in a bind as far as the state budget goes. Right now, lawmakers are having to figure out in the hours remaining in the legislative session how to put together a budget that has a projected $2.5 billion shortfall. A 17-year-old shot in the chest during a drug deal Monday night in Marion, but police believe they have their man. He's 18-year-old Cordell Bice. Police say he was able to toss the gun before they caught up with him, but they found it in a trash can and slapped the cuffs on Bice, charging him with attempted murder and robbery. Maybe you've heard stories about how students use AI to cheat in school. John Herrick reports on what's known as Magic School AI.
It's a platform already being used by students in K-12 education, and it's already serving more than 31,000 educators in Indiana. Darlene Kennedy is with the Northern Indiana Educational Services Center. She says the safeguards against cheating are growing more every day.
So we're starting to see some browser extensions available for Chrome that will monitor the use of AI on student Chromebooks that are managed by the school.
She says Magic School AI is best at managing tasks and helping teachers and students learn quickly. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Traffic and weather coming up.
Spring showers might bring flowers, but they can also bring roof leaks. Strong winds, heavy rain can expose hidden damage, leading to costly water issues inside your home. And the longer you wait, the worse it gets. Water can seep into your attic, walls, and insulation, causing mold, rot, and expensive structural damage. The good news? Moss Roofing. They offer free inspections. Whether it's a small leak or a big roofing concern, their expert team will assess the damage and provide reliable, cost-effective solutions. With over 35 years of experience, Moss Roofing knows how to protect your home from the unpredictable spring weather. Don't wait for a minor drip to turn into a major repair. For top-notch roofing services, trust Moss Roofing to keep you dry this spring. For a job done right every single time, visit mossroofing.com. Call 317-747-3665. 317-747-3665 or go online to Moss Roofing. MOSS. mossroofing.com. Tell them Tony Katz sent you.
Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
Yeah, Chris, on the northwest side, northbound 465 is bumping. First crash, West 56th Street on northbound. And right now, both center lanes are blocked, including the right shoulder. This is tough to get around. Traffic is stopped back to West 38th Street, and delay time right now 25 minutes. Proceeding on northbound, we stop again at 79th Street to 865 because another crash in the 865 interchange is blocking the right lane, causing that stop traffic to 79th and a delay of 15 minutes. Inbound 65 slammed at 38th Kest to West Street, an 11-minute delay. Eastbound 76-minute delay, Belmont into the south split. South side, southbound 65 Edgewood Avenue, that's a semi-fire. 2 right lanes closed right now. The fire is out, but traffic is jammed to South Keystone Avenue, slow to Raymond Street. Our delay there is 21 minutes. Traffic sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is a single, seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Visit Rocket.com today, the new home for all things home ownership. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
After a spectacular Tuesday, we're in for a mostly clear and chilly night with lows in the low 50s. Wednesday, we're going to be nearing the 80-degree mark with lots of sunshine and light winds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. So this morning, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth jumped on with Brian Kilmeade of Fox and Friends. Pete Hegseth's old stomping grounds, as it were.
Two friends of the show right there.
Right, exactly, yeah. So they were talking again about the latest Signal chat app controversy. Can you maybe just provide just a quick context for those that may not have heard?
Signal app, let's start with what that is. It's a way for a lot of folks in the military to communicate with each other, not just leaders of the military, but those in service.
Highly sophisticated encryption.
Right.
Way to communicate.
And what had happened previously in the early days of the Hegseth administration, as being the Secretary of Defense, they were talking about an attack that had taken place, and somebody accidentally, and I'm using air quotes there, added a super left-leaning journalist from The Atlantic to like the group text, for a lack of better phrase. So this journalist from The Atlantic was on there with Hegseth and J.D. Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, and some other movers and shakers. Fast forward a month or two later, the latest controversy is that somebody has leaked that Pete Hegseth has been using the Signal app to talk about things happening in Washington, not necessarily classified things, but business-related things with his family members.
The first incident you talked about wasn't classified. Nobody was talking about planning a war. They were talked about something, like you said, that had already happened, where they bombed a bunch of terrorists in Yemen.
Timeline stuff.
Right, sure.
Right, that's what it was. So now there's a clear leaking problem somewhere in the Pentagon. And I don't know whose fault this is. I know you can't fire everybody at once, but when you come in, you have to find the biggest problems and blow them out. And I don't know if Pete Hegseth did that. So now what he's going through reminds me a lot of what Trump went through his first time as the president. If you remember when Donald Trump got in there in 2016, it was leak after leak after leak because the people that were there, that he inherited, if you will, they hated his guts.
Leaking Lion,
James
Comey, yeah.
Leaking Lion, James Comey, and a number of folks. So there are already been a couple of folks that have been removed, walked out of the Pentagon that they think were leakers. And it's a problem that's pretty bad right now inside the Pentagon. So here is Pete Hegseth jumping on Fox and Friends this morning with the latest on the Signal chat app controversy.
what was shared over Signal, then and now, however you characterize it, was informal, unclassified coordinations for media coordination and other things. That's what I've said from the beginning. At the beginning, it was left-wing reporters from The Atlantic who got a hold of it and then wanted to create a problem for the president. This is what it's all about, trying to get at President Trump and his agenda. Now, here at the Defense Department, because, Brian, I want this to be very clear, we take the classification of information very important. It's very significant to us that we safeguard it. And so when we had leaks, which we have had here, we did a serious leak investigation. And through that leak investigation, unfortunately, we found some folks that we believe were not holding to the protocols that we hold dear here at the Defense Department. Through that investigation, they have been moved on, and that investigation continues. As a result of that, everything we do here is above board, trying to make sure that we safeguard information. In this point, those folks who were leaking, who have been pushed out of the building, are now attempting to leak and sabotage the president's agenda and what we're doing.
Okay, that ending was key there because, at least to me, it sounds like Pete Hegseth is saying that it's a specific group, some of them that have already been walked out of the building, that continue the leaking process. That's what I took away. Here's a little bit more.
Why would it surprise anybody, Brian, if those very same people keep leaking to the very same reporters whatever information they think they can have to try to sabotage the agenda of the president or the secretary? So once a leaker, always a leaker, often a leaker. And so we looked for leakers because we take it very seriously. And we will do the investigation. Right. And if those people are exonerated, fantastic. We don't think, based on what we understand, that it's going to be a good day for a number of those individuals because of what was found in the investigation. So if they want to keep leaking and pushing and peddling things that try to sabotage the president's agenda, that's unfortunate. But that's how leaking works in this town. We're focused on recruiting, on rooting out DEI, on securing our southwest border, on the president's agenda, and it's going very well at the Pentagon, and I'm proud of it.
Okay, well, that's fine. All I'm saying is maybe you could communicate with other people within your administration, within your group there on a different chat that you are able to download in the App Store on an iPhone. You know what I mean?
But if they're leaking this, they're going to leak his WhatsApp or whatever else it might be.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be transparent with what he puts out there.
Yeah. I do think it's the leaking is, yes, that aspect, you're absolutely right. No matter what kind of in-house closed circuit encrypted platform they use to communicate, if there's a leaker in there and they got to let it out, that's going to happen. So apparently they've, quote unquote, walked a few of those guys out.
And it's still happening. So either those folks still have info and they're leaking it out, or they're using their buddies that are still inside to do their dirty work. Either way, Pete Hegseth, to close this whole thing out, was basically like, come at me, brah, to finish up his chat with Fox.
They've come after me from day one, just like they've come after President Trump. I mean, I've gotten a fraction of what President Trump got in that first term. What he's endured is superhuman. It's not hard for me to do this job. I know exactly why I'm here. To bring warfighting and the warfighting ethos back to the Pentagon, to rip out the insidious ideologies and not compromise and not back down, to bring in new press voices into the Pentagon, which we've done, to reestablish standards and accountability, to not tolerate leakers, to 100% operational control of our border, to get rid of trans lunacy in the military. We haven't backed down. See, here's the thing. A lot of people come to Washington and they just play the game. And it's, you punch their ticket and get along to go along and, you know, start doing Meet the Press and going to the Council on Foreign Relations and spending time with all the new cocktail sipping crowd. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because President Trump asked me to bring warfighting back to the Pentagon every single day. That is our focus. And if people don't like it, they can come after me.
Fancy talk for come at me, brah. Pete Hegseth.
Pete Hegseth, by the way, I liked it. I think, from what I understand, liked a good cocktail every now and then. Back in the day when he used the word cocktail sipping crowd, but that's neither here nor there.
Before we hit the traffic with Matt Baer, and I do understand it's pretty crazy out there today. It's Earth Day. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I decided to ask my Alexa device, how the folks in Southport, Indiana, should celebrate Earth Day. Would you like to hear?
Okay.
Here are some Earth Day tips. Remember to turn off the water while brushing your tooth. Only flush the toilet once. Twice if cops are at the door and you have a lot of drugs.
Southport only. That's how you should celebrate Earth Day today.
Wow. You are going to get some blowback for sure for that one.
Well, that's what folks in Southport do best. All right, Matt Bear, he's standing by with a look at the roads.
And Nigel looking at 2 crashes on the northwest side, northbound 465 at West 56th Street. It is a crash. 2 center lanes are blocked. They just took another right lane, so most of the interstate. 3 right lanes now closed with traffic stopped back to 74 Crawfordsville Road. It's a zoo, and traffic delayed at 22 minutes. Once you're through that, you continue northbound 465, and there's another crash, this one at 865, and it's blocking the right lane, causing a delay back to 86th Street and a little bit beyond that, 6 minutes on the extra time. Inbound 65, stop and go traffic from MLK to Meridian Penn, 10-minute delay. Westbound 70 crash cleared at the north split, still slow to Emerson. South side southbound at 65 at Edgewood Avenue. Semi-fire cleanup continues with 2 right lanes closed. That has stopped traffic past South Keystone Avenue and past Raymond Street. Our delay is now 25 minutes to make that stretch. Traffic sponsored by Speedway. Get 2 slices of pizza plus a Mountain Dew 20-ounce, all for $5 with Speedy Rewards. Pizza time is now. Valid through April 29, 2025. See app for full terms. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, sunshine and 72. Just a heads up, tomorrow, scheduled to join us in studio right after 4 o'clock, Governor Mike Braun. Confirmed with his staff earlier today.
Okay.
So the governor, true to his word, man, he is going to be here in studio for his monthly hit with us.
Answer some tough questions.
Sure. We will ask, and he'll answer, and then we'll just watch the YouTube chat explode. That's coming up tomorrow, 4:06. But up next, a fun, spirited round of Are You Okay With This?
You want the best in the real estate business, you need local expert Mark Deal. No question about it. Andrew in downtown Noblesville was going to sell their house at 30 years, buy an RV, and travel into the golden years. Mark Deal's team made it happen. Went under contract in 3 days, over asking price, no contingencies.
And what separates Mark Deal from the competition is the guarantee. Why would you work with somebody else when you get this guarantee from Mark Deal? Mark Deal guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. That's right, he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. All you have to do is get a hold of Mark Deal. He'll answer any question you have, 317-755-4232, or go online, markdeedle.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdeedle.com.
Do you have an idea for a book, fiction, nonfiction, or a children's book? We can help you put it together and bring it to market at Dorrance Publishing. We have thousands of testimonials from people just like you that we've helped get their books sold in stores and online. We've even got a service called The Writer's Coach. It's perfect for people that have a book idea in their head and they just need someone to help them put it on paper. Dorrance Book Publishing has been helping people just like you who have a book idea, written or not, for over 100 years. Imagine being counted among the most famous authors in the world with your very own book. Call right now and let us help you turn a book idea into reality. It's easier than you think. You just need a little help. Call us now.
800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. That's 800-879-4098.
Your car, you got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hi, this is Malia with Family Heating and Air, and as a mom myself, I know it's really important to keep the kiddos healthy. Air quality, humidity, those are super big issues on my concern list. If you share any of these concerns, give Family a call, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
At Hendricks, our cancer care
is in the details.
When you are with us, and you have our time and you have our energy.
We have a wonderful team of highly trained oncologists, physical therapists, speech pathologists, dietitians.
Always making sure that the patient is the center of the care.
We have excellent nurse navigation that are skilled at identifying barriers to treatment, as well as expertise from Mayo Clinic.
It is more personal care than just a number.
Visit hendricks.org/cancer. Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, and AI? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Weekday mornings at 7:15, the Tony Katz Popcorn Moment, brought to you by Boer Remodeling. Don't wait any longer for the kitchen you've been dreaming of. Request a consultation at BoerRemodeling.com.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, your American Standard air dealer in Hendricks County.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
Actress and Instagram model Elizabeth Hurley. And Billy Ray Cyrus, an item. Wow. Well, let me repeat that. If you've ever followed Elizabeth Hurley, who's getting on in years, but very well assembled.
Very well assembled.
I mean, holy gosh almighty. She's hooking up with Billy Ray Cyrus. Are you okay with this?
So Elizabeth Hurley, you may remember her from the Austin Powers film. And if you follow her on Instagram, you know she still has a fastball. She still has got just an incredible body, is now in a romantic relationship with Billy Ray Cyrus. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Good for Billy Ray. There's an expression called outkicking your coverage. And what that means is somebody has got a smoke show partner that's probably not up to their level. And that's Billy Ray. Like if I woke up tomorrow and you told me Elizabeth Hurley is in some sort of scandal where she's been hooking up with Prince Harry or Prince William or somebody from the royal family, I would get that. But Billy Ray Cyrus, wow, she has really lowered the bar because she could probably get anybody she wants. She is unbelievable.
She's 59 years old. I'm on her Instagram right now, and she looks...
That's not the body of a 59-year-old.
No. Oh, wow.
So, yes, I am okay with this. Good for Billy Ray Cyrus. And this brings us to great moments in Billy Ray Cyrus history. Billy Ray did a cover of the LL Cool J classic, Mama Said Knock You Out.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Don't call it a comeback.
Come on.
I've been here for years, rocking my peers, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom.
Just doing it in for you.
Nah, we'll go ahead and stick with the original on that one.
We'll go with LL on that one. Great moments in Billy Ray Cyrus history. Recently was booked for a show. He was clearly under the weather. He was fighting some voice issues, but he tried to do the hook of the hit song Old Town Road, which he was a part of.
Sure.
And Nigel, it didn't go well.
I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna I can't no more. Y'all can put your hands together now like that. If you encourage them out, keep going. They told me to kill as much time as possible, so does anybody know the words to Achy Breaky Heart? Well, I'll try a little bit. Let's see what happens. Hey, is my guitar still on? I think they cut me.
So bad. He probably has to stay up there a certain number of minutes to get a paycheck.
Right.
He sounded like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And that's the bottom line, because Billy Ray said so.
All right, let's keep it in the music world here. According to Michael Jackson's nephew, in the 90s, Michael Jackson expressed interest in buying Marvel Comics with the goal of playing Spider-Man. Michael Jackson wanted to play Spider-Man. This was confirmed by his nephew in a recent interview. Are you okay with this?
I'm okay with this because I can totally see that happening. So Michael Jackson wanted to buy Marvel. Now, at the time, you got to remember, this was before like all the movies were going crazy and everything they pumped out was just like a money-making machine. There was talks they were going to reinvigorate the Spider-Man franchise. And ultimately, I think it was Tobey Maguire that got that role. Yep. Michael Jackson wanted to buy it and make himself the actor in the Spider-Man movie. Can you imagine that?
No. That's just no.
Like after he kisses Mary Jane, ow!
No, just tone deaf. No, not at all. I remember seeing this documentary with Michael Jackson. The guy had so much money. He was going through this museum where they were selling $1 million pieces of art.
I saw that. It was in Vegas.
Yeah, it was in Vegas. And he'd just go, I'll take that. I'll take that one. And I'll take that. Every time he'd point to something, it was like a $2 million vase. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, Spider-Man's not supposed to say, chamon. That's not something Spider-Man says. Spider-Man doesn't dance when he's involved in a fight with Doc Ock. But this does bring us to great moments in kind of Michael Jackson history.
Okay.
Here's a group of people together. They all play the kazoo, and they're playing the Michael Jackson hit, Billie Jean.
I like it.
I like a good kazoo. All right.
I wonder, are there different quality of kazoos?
Oh, I'm sure. Just like there would be, guitars.
Okay.
Like you could buy a really expensive one, or you could find one at the Dollar Tree.
Gotcha.
Great moments in kind of Michael Jackson history. So we're going to go from Billie Jean to his hit song Thriller, but this is how it would sound if it were performed in a Nashville bluegrass kind of way. Come on. Clap your hands. I like it. And last but certainly not least in kind of Michael Jackson history, this is what it would sound like if Michael Jackson fell down a flight of stairs. Great moments in kind of Michael Jackson history.
Bravo.
All right, let's do some caller roulette,
Oh, no.
shall we?
Oh, I go from bravo to, oh, no.
Oh, if you thought Michael Jackson falling down the stairs was a mess, get ready for what's next. So, whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk about property taxes still, if you want to talk about the state budget, if you want to talk about Katy Perry going to space, if you want to say something really inappropriate to myself or Nigel or Allison, you can do that. Anything goes here. All we ask is you keep it clean and you keep it short. That's all we're asking. 239-9393. That's the number. 239-9393. Caller roulette next.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The case was dropped. Now 3 prosecutors also dropped. No rain on radar, but clouds are still around. A sunny Wednesday and Thursday ahead. It's 71 now. I'm Chris Davis. Here's what's trending for the Michaelis Corporation. 3 federal prosecutors who worked on the corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams have resigned in protest. Fox's Kristen Goodwin.
In a joint statement, the 3 prosecutors accused the Justice Department of trying to force them to express regret and admit some wrongdoing in their handling of the case in order to be reinstated, adding, "We will not confess wrongdoing when there was none." They are among those placed on administrative leave in February after refusing to drop a corruption case against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. The Democratic mayor was indicted on 5 counts in an alleged conspiracy connected to illegal campaign contributions. He had pleaded not guilty, and the case was dismissed with prejudice, meaning charges can't be brought again. The prosecutors allege the case was dropped in exchange for Adams's support of President Trump's policies, including immigration enforcement. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
No jail or prison time for Sarah Seymour, the former Brown elementary teacher in Brownsburg who forced a student with special needs to eat his own vomit back in 2023. She pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor neglect charge, but she also has to surrender her teaching license as a consequence. Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing the Anti-Christian Bias Task Force Tuesday from the Department of Justice.
The Biden administration engaged in an egregious pattern of targeting peaceful Christians while ignoring violent anti-Christian offenses.
Lawmakers, including Missouri Senator Josh Hawley, looking into whether it actually happened that way with the Biden administration. If you've been keeping up with the state average for gas, it's now jumped a nickel to $3.09 per gallon this afternoon, says Gas Buddy. Afternoon traffic on 93 WIBC with Matt Bear.
All right, Chris, looking at the northwest side, a lot of activity up here today. Right now, northbound 465 at west of 56th Street. It's a crash blocking 3 right lanes and stopping traffic back to Crawfordsville Road, I-74 delay at 26 minutes. After that, continuing north, crash clear northbound 465 at I-865. Eastbound 465, that stop and go before Keystone over to the White River. Inbound 65, stop and go traffic, White River Bridge down to west. That's a 9-minute delay. Eastbound 70, delayed 7 minutes from Belmont into the South Split. Crash on the east side, Washington Street, west of Mithofer. And a crash on the north side, Zionsville Road at West 71st Street. South side, southbound 65 at Edgewood Avenue. Semi-fire cleanup continues with the right lane blocked at Edgewood Avenue. Traffic stop and go to South Keystone. Traffic sponsored by Indy Decorative Concrete. Spring's here. It's time for a new patio. Indy Decorative Concrete is offering free demolition. Offer ends April 30th. Visit IndyDecorativeConcrete.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
After a spectacular Tuesday, we're in for a mostly clear and chilly night with lows in the low 50s. Wednesday, we're going to be nearing the 80-degree mark with lots of sunshine and light winds. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
I'm Chris Davis, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Buckle up. Anything can happen here.
Oh, hell yeah. Let it ride. Let it ride.
Hammer and Nigel present Caller Roulette.
One of these days, this bit is going to get us fired. It's the Hammer and Nigel show. My name is Jason Hammer. Big Nige is here.
I heard a lot of, like, when Allison was taking the calls unscreened, but, like, I heard a lot of, oh, wow. Like, multiple oh, wows for different callers.
So what happens is the folks call up here. Nigel and I have no idea what we're getting into, but they always tell Allison a little anecdote before, she just puts their name on the screen. She doesn't say a word to us, but we hear her reacting. Oh, wow. Yee. Well, I bet that hurt. So again, responsible radio shows, they have their producer screen out your call. They want to find out what you want to talk about. That might even coach you up a little bit.
That's right.
We don't do that around here, and we just kind of throw ourselves into the jungle. So with that being said, if you're on hold, you guys know the rules. You can't swear, and keep it brief. Is the dump button ready? Allison, thumbs up. Tom is up first. Tom, rock and roll.
Hey, good afternoon. And those little sounds that Allison makes just adds to the excitement of getting to talk to you guys. Bless her little heart. What I'm calling you about is So you went to Siri and got the advice about the one tooth and the mouths of Southport people and things like that?
Yes.
We have a meeting of, this is on the Prairie Township Southport Historic Society tonight, and I think we're going to banish you from making any further remarks on that. So if you get some notification from our society, be warned.
Let me tell you something, Tom. Getting banned from Southport isn't the own that you think it is, right?
You're getting banned from the Southport Historical Society monthly meeting.
Put that up against the Lodge on Main Street in Beech Grove, where I've also been banned for being the ringer in trivia. The places are starting to add up on the South Side, though. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. Tom, thank you very much. And again, I always poke fun at Southport because I know so many loose women that used to just live there back in the day. Like, maybe it was just because where I lived, I grew up on the South Side in Beech Grove, but my goodness, if you wanted to have a good time, find a Southport girl because sweet mother of God, their morals don't exist. Let me go to Jeff. Jeff, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hey, thanks for taking the call. Boy, that's going to be hard to follow. 1974, I went to my first race. It was my birthday. I was 13 years old on May 26th. Rutherford won it. Foyt led the whole race. So this thing with the tales from the track, I love it, what you're doing. I'm kind of like what they call a race brat or a track brat because I grew up with it. I even have family that had Teo Fabi on the pole in like 1983, whenever it was. But I'm going to be honest with you. I want you to do a thing or think about a segment called Tall Tales from the Track, maybe, or something close to that, to where I can tell you all the things I saw in the 50 years I've been going to that race, and that means in the
I don't know. How do you think the tickets would sell if we just had Jeff on stage telling stories?
I saw some boobies in the snake pit once. We're now going to open it up to questions. And Allison, if you wouldn't mind, go into our audio archives and look for a Tales from the Track, because Nigel and I, the whole point of this event that we do is kind of a spin-off of a bit we do once that calendar flips to May, where you and I go back and forth on some of the things we've seen, some of the things we've experienced out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And Allison, give me a thumbs up if you can find one here. This is an example of what you can hear throughout the month of May.
Allison Jr. has the lead. One more turn to go. Here they come. Coming to the finish line.
And now, Hammer and Nigel present
Tales from the Track.
I believe it was 2013 when Poison was playing Carb Day. Drunk chick comes up to me in the infield, asks me for a beer. I give her one. She says thank you. She lifts up her skirt and starts peeing like a grown man, standing there with control. I was speechless.
Tales from the Track.
Got a full month of those to look forward to.
Oh, wow.
And
with,
then
with control.
Right. And this was a chick. There was no, oh my God, that's not what I thought it was. This was a woman with woman parts, but boy, like she could write in cursive if she had the opportunity to. Let me go to Gary. Gary, welcome to the Hammer and Nigel show.
Thank you, gentlemen. Mine is back on the taxes. I'm a fellow Grover, and my property tax reduction went up by $150 this year.
Yep.
I just want to, next time you guys see Brian, tell him I ran out of Cool Whip to put on that road apple pie that they served up out of the downtown for us. I appreciate that.
You got it. And he'll be here tomorrow, 4:06. He's scheduled to be here at 4:06. His group confirmed earlier today.
A lot of people not that impressed, not that overwhelmed with the property tax relief signed into law.
Not going to lie, I was really hoping the Beech Grove guy was going to go after the Southport guy. Like, I was kind of hoping that was going to happen right there, too, rekindle a little rivalry. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting tomorrow because we only have 15 minutes with him. When the lieutenant governor came in, we had 2 full segments. We have 1 segment with the governor tomorrow. So, look, we're going to ask about property tax, the fallout, the reaction, a few follow-up questions. But if you're looking for like an hour-long sit-down grill session, we just don't have the time for it. But we will ask the most important questions, the things that you guys want to hear the most from the governor tomorrow. Charles is up next. Charles, my man, what you got?
Well, there we are. God bless you guys, and I can't even say it. And Allison, the mistress of all media. What a woman! She deserves a raise.
The mistress of media. Good Lord,
all
Allison.
media.
Oh yeah. Well, within legal mistress. Now, I'll make a real quick 3 of the worst Earth Day jokes you've ever heard. You ready for this? Okay.
Oh please.
Why did the turtle cross the road?
Why?
We had to stop at a Shell station. Why was the sea monster's stomach hurt so bad?
Why?
We ate too many fish and chips. And here's the clincher. Get the air horn ready. What? Oh, is this thing on? Hello? This is an audience with oil painting. Why did KC and the Sunshine Band stop at the laundromat?
Why?
Well, they had to get Downy tonight. Hello?
I'll give you the fish and chips. Why did the sea what was it? Why did the sea monster's stomach hurt? Too many fish and chips. I like that one, Charles. Those other two sucked, but that one was a good one. Fish and chips.
I got it. I'm aware. Vanessa, go ahead, please.
Hi. You don't know how glad I am to get on the air to say this out loud, because every single time the advertisement comes on talking about how much money, the $1.5 billion that Braun is saving the taxpayers of Indiana, it makes me sick. I mean, it makes me sick. And when you talk to me tomorrow, ask him who's getting that $1 billion.
Will do. Yeah, we're going to ask the tough questions tomorrow. Again, we're going to give him the opportunity to answer. I feel like tomorrow night, it's a no-win situation for you and I, because other than going full WrestleMania and like hitting him with a chair or like putting him through a table like we saw at WrestleMania, people aren't going to be happy. You went soft on him. You let him off the hook. It's already done. All right, property tax is already done.
Over.
We can do some post-mortem, and that's what we're going to do. We could also talk about the state budget, which we're going to ask about. But listen, we will ask the questions you want, but if you don't like the answers, that doesn't fall onto Nigel and I.
Yeah, that's... I can only tell him what I feel. Like, right. I'm not representing anybody. I'm not speaking for anybody. I'm just going to, like, talk, represent myself. You want to get in on the chat, maybe we could relay a question or two, but, whatever.
Right on. Let's go to Drake. Drake is up next. Drake, my man, how are you?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, Hammer and Nigel?
Drake for America. A great American, a truck-driving machine. Give it to me, brother. What you got?
That's right. All right, guys, real quick. You know me. I'm an A1 listener. I'm a big WIBC fan. I love seeing great people succeed in everything, and I got to tell you this, Indy Spanglish. The WIBC listeners love Indy Spanglish,
yeah.
And I can't stop thinking that he needs to deserve his own show. So if David Woods listens to this, knock, knock, hey, buddy, he needs to, just think about this. This is a WIBC show. WIBC After Dark. He's a conservative male. He's not wed to a liberal opinion or a conservative opinion. He will speak the truth no matter what. We need someone like him. You guys are going to get amazing night ratings if you get Indy Spanglish at WIBC After Dark. Make it sound so sexy. Give me a hell yeah in the YouTube chat. It is great. I love you guys. I'm sorry. I just feel like I'm in a rush because I'm trying to pay respect to the person behind me. But as always, I love you guys. We need an Indy Spanglish radio show. Love you guys. Be good. Make good choices. Cheerio.
There we go. Drake for America right
Indy
there.
Spanglish getting some love.
John is up next. John, what you got?
Hey, Hammer and Nigel, I just wanted to see if you could ask the governor a question as far as marijuana legalization. I know that he don't want to legalize it, wants to do more studies, et cetera, but ask him if they could at least decriminalize it and make it a misdemeanor or whatever. You can go to any state surrounding us. You can have 3 ounces in your car in Michigan and not get in any trouble. In Indiana, you get caught with a half a gram or a half a joint or a roach, and you can go to jail. Especially Brown County, where I live, you'll go to jail. It'll be a misdemeanor. You'll be in a newspaper over a roach.
You're right, and I will say though the counterpoint to that, and for the record, I'm with you, but different states have different rules, right? We have right to carry in Indiana. You drive across into Illinois and get pulled over, and your piece is with you in the car. Now, I know there's some legislation they're working on to make that not a big deal, but you got to respect the state's rights. Indiana folks are going to say it's still criminalized at a federal level. That's always been their excuse. But at the same time, what I'm going to ask the governor tomorrow is, if you're expecting to find $2 billion just magically coming out of the cookie jar, there's only so much taxing of cigs you can do. There's only so much screwing over fireworks buyers like myself you can do. You're going to need some more money. Maybe that's an area where you can take a look at. All right, let's take a little time out right here. We got a few folks left. We'll get to you on the backside. This is the Hammer and Nigel show. We're doing caller roulette. Got a couple calls coming up next.
Pat Sullivan here. Have you heard about impact-resistant shingles? They're the smart choice for protecting your home from harsh weather. And here's something you may not know. Most insurance companies offer discounts on your premiums if you install them. At the Michaelis Corporation, we offer top-tier Category 3 and Category 4 impact-resistant shingles that stand up to the toughest storms. From hail to high winds, these shingles offer a 30-year warranty that stands by their durability. And when a weather event hits, don't worry. Let Michaelis perform a free inspection of your property to ensure everything is in top condition. We don't inspect the roof at ground level. Our experts will safely climb onto the roof to check for damages. Roof, gutter, siding, windows are all inspected for storm damage. Michaelis Corporation provides over 35 years of disaster restoration. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY.
You know, if you're telling yourself that you don't have time to exercise, you're way too busy to be healthy, quite frankly, that's a bunch of BS. Maybe you don't have time to go to the gym 7 days a week, but you do have time for Exercise Inc. It's a once-a-week strength training program that only lasts 20 minutes. A private 20-minute workout once a week. It's helped me build muscle. It's helped me lose weight. It helps me get the physical exercise that my body and my muscles need and crave just once a week. Private studios, no mirrors, no music, just you and your coach. If you feel better, lose some weight, look better, you might get off some of those prescription medications. I've been with Exercise Inc. for years now. I love it. And their employees, their coaches have been there for years, too. That says something. Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com. Sign up today for a free consultation. ExerciseInc.com. Tell them Nigel sent you.
April showers can bring plumbing downers, and my friends at Hope Plumbing don't want you to get caught in a flood this spring. Make sure your sump pump is working properly to avoid any damage. During the month of April, call Hope Plumbing and get a free sump pump with the purchase of a new battery backup system. A sump pump is vital to protecting your home from heavy rains, so you don't want to delay in calling Hope Plumbing. The number is 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE, or visit them online at hopeplumbing.com.
The following is a paid advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Have you or your loved ones been injured in an accident that was not your fault? Listen up, because you need to call the Legal Help Center. They handle all types of accidents, from car accidents, motorcycle, DUI, rideshare, to workplace injuries, slips and falls, and many more. Legal Help Center was created to be a reliable resource, connecting injured victims to local area attorneys with experience in your accident. Legal Help Center representatives are ready to answer your questions and provide you a free consultation. Find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. If you've been injured from an accident that was not your fault, you need to call. Get your life back, know your legal rights, and get the financial compensation you deserve. Let Legal Help Center connect you with a law firm who can answer your questions. Call Legal Help Center for a free consultation. 800-438-8080. Speak to a live agent now. 800-438-8080. 800-438-8080.
Trust employee owned. B Windows extending our employee discount to you. Up to 55% off, plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Trust your home to be.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
This is Danny Reinhardt with Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Give us a call for any of your heating and cooling needs. We're here to serve you. 317-745-4526.
Reinhardt is your trusted local independent American Standard Air dealer.
You support them. Who supports you? Matt Bear and Ryan Hetrick provide insight, encouragement, and resources to help you navigate a loved one's recovery on the Supporting Sobriety Podcast. Listen and get support wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Matt Bear, what's up?
Hammer looking at the west side as northbound 465 at West 56th Street. All lanes have reopened. The crash is on the right shoulder. Delay is mostly gone. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic. MLK to the north split for an 8-minute delay. Eastbound 76-minute delay from Belmont into the south split. Crash in Plainfield. This is Main Street at Perry Road Township line. Crash on the east side. Washington Street west of Mithofer Road. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, B Window is extending their employee discount to you. Get 55% off all products and services, plus 18 months, no interest or payments. Trust local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
72 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. All right, time is a factor. We got 3 people on hold. If you guys make it quick, we can get through everybody.
Come on.
We'll start with Kenny. Kenny, welcome to the show. What you got, brother?
Yeah, I'd fire them. I'd fire both of them, Lieutenant Governor and the governor. I was a one-issue voter, and he didn't do what he said he was going to do. I got really frustrated with Lieutenant Governor last week when he was talking about how much money he saved to justify the $60,000 car he bought. That's not his money. It's our money. And people ought to just be really upset, just say they're not entitled to take my money. I worked for it. That's all I got.
And a lot of people feel like Kenny.
I get it.
There's a lot of people that were listening to the radio right there, and they were like, hell yeah, Kenny, we got you. Jeff is up next. Jeff, go ahead.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're on.
Hello. Are you there?
We're here, Jeff. Go ahead. You're on the radio.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to say real quick, I'm a longtime listener of you guys. Really enjoy listening to you. I think you do a fantastic job. If you guys were on in the morning instead of Tony Katz, I think you guys would give Bob and Tom a run for their money. And Allison, if I could, I'd marry you, but I don't have a pot to leak in or a window to throw it out of.
Hey, neither do I.
Apparently, Allison's a gold digger, so she can't fall in love with somebody that doesn't have money. Gold digging Allison, sitting to my left. She's a gold digger. And we've got another Jeff standing by. Jeff, you get the last word.
He hung up. I think he got jealous of the other Jeff.
Okay.
I get it.
Tony Katz ain't doing too bad in the morning himself.
Yeah, Tony Katz is doing just fine. He's doing all right. But I love the fact that the listeners think Allison is a gold digger. Now, I'd make a run at Allison, but I don't have a pot to bleep in. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with, and I can't think of anything to rhyme with it. So, thank you guys so much for all of your calls in Caller Roulette. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, we've got an update in that Brownsburg special needs child vomit eating scandal. Like, you say it out loud like that, it's just horrible, and the story is even worse. We've got an update on that, and another hour to go. Kick it with us. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
I'm an American Standard customer. I only use American Standard equipment and American Standard dealers. That's mostly because they are built to a higher standard. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local independent American Standard dealers here in Central Indy.
Price Point Comfort, your locally owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer that will give you the right price guarantee. I like that word, guarantee. They promise not to oversell or pressure you into buying a bunch of stuff you don't need. A lot of companies do that. They don't do that at Price Point. You get exactly what you're looking for. They can make some recommendations, but it's totally up to you. Price Point Comfort strives for customer satisfaction, so find them online, PricePointComfort.com. That's PricePointComfort.com, or give them a call, 317-455-1124. You can ask for James or Tyler. James or Tyler at Price Point Comfort. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Price Point Comfort, your independent American Standard heating and air dealer built to a higher standard.
Promises made, promises kept. Governor Mike Braun's bold leadership is